We have had some technical problems.
Hit it!
31 seconds, and we're going for auto sequence start.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get ready. The show starts now. The triumphant return of Budman and Booger.
I want us all to listen carefully.
Yes, sir. Budman and Booger, welcome to the very first official episode of the show. I'm feeling great.
I feel like an eagle soaring.
Yeah. You feel good, man? This is the moment we've been waiting for. Jamie Jones is in the studio with us right now. The Budman and Booger Show.
I am.
Episode 1.
I just wanted to be on for your first 5 minutes.
Yes.
On episode 1. I feel like this is a historical moment.
It is.
Wow, that's deep.
And
This is Captain's log.
This is.
This is for people that are going to be living on Mars someday. They're going to watch this.
Captain's log. Stardate 4001. 420.
You know, I actually own 2,000 acres on Mars.
Do you?
Yeah, Budman
Yeah.
has the deed to the property
We do.
on the moon. He's got
shit.
2,000 acres on the moon.
I don't know if we could ever actually use it, but I heard rumors that Martian soil could possibly grow some good weed.
You guys keep trying to get away from niggas. Let me buy some land on the moon.
Bro, I'm willing to share, bro.
I
I'm
love
not
it.
going to be greedy with my Martian land.
I can get 2 acres?
Yeah, and you could probably grow better weed than me. So
Good hydroponic shit.
It's got to be light depth, I'm sure. Airtight.
Today's a very special day here because it is the grand opening. Not only is it just the first official launch of Budman and Booger, but it is a grand opening here for Canaccelerate. Bringing the great people of the cannabis industry together right here in one fantastic location. And just it's all about connecting and sharing the love, man.
It's been a pretty good day.
Yeah, it has.
We've heard some good talk from a lot of good people.
Yes.
We had a full house.
Yes.
100+ people coming together to celebrate the opening of this brand new Cannabis Resource Center that is good for the whole world. You know what I mean?
It's like X-Men's University.
Yeah. It's cool to get rich doing good shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
fucking
Helping people.
Like sometimes we get mad at do-gooders who make money. You know what I mean? Like we think, or I guess they took the profits from their charities or whatever. But in one aspect, I think people who do good should be the rich ones.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
You know what I mean? People that help other people.
Like curing cancer.
Like curing
and
cancer.
stuff like that.
Exactly. And cannabis is just a plant.
Helping
man.
veterans with PTSD.
Goddamn right. I had one. I spoke to one just 20 minutes ago. Shout out to my high school science teacher, Miss Paluch, who came through.
Really?
With her friend who has PTSD and his cannabis is helping him.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
So she came today to
That's great.
bring him, and he grows one plant for himself, and it's fucking gnarly, man. You know what I mean?
Did she teach you how to grow?
Osmosis.
Did you cover that in class? Was that part of the curriculum?
It was. I wish. She was one of my favorite teachers ever,
Well,
and
now
I
you know
felt
why.
like she had the vibe.
Yeah.
I just didn't know then.
Yeah.
This
she
is
was
a
rebel.
seed, this is a stem, and this is a stick. They're good to grow, but not to smoke.
I remember when I was when I was a teenager, my dad they had to come to school to have a meeting with my teachers, and
Right.
like after the meeting with my teachers, my dad did not help at all because he looks over at me and goes, "By the way, that a couple of your teachers are stoners." I just wanted to point that out to you, and I was like, "All right, cool, man, cool. I know I can get away with shit with. All right,
We
awesome."
we knew a couple, like our shop teacher. It's so
Clearly.
stereotypical, but
Yeah.
he's fucking the tie-dye shit. He was that dude, the tie-dye tank tops and that type shit.
Yeah, I mean,
a headband, a scarf that he tied in the back. Like,
I don't know anybody that wears tie dye that doesn't smoke weed. I'm just saying.
You're a poser. I wouldn't trust you if you did.
Yeah, right.
Now,
So, there's a party going on.
there is a party going on.
Right here,
we got
right
a lot
now.
of heads.
Yeah,
But
so-
I got questions for you if you
Okay.
don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's today going? Today's the official launch. I mean, we've done a bunch of test shows and warm-ups.
Yeah.
But when you woke up today, what was the feeling? Was it like
A little hungover.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I mean, that's typical for Booger. I was a little nervous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel very humbled, you know?
Right.
To be a part of this, to be able to walk in here and be amongst all these great people,
Right.
of course, is very humbling, you know, because they're not only are they great people here, but they're very smart people. I will be the first to admit I'm not the smartest guy.
Right.
You know, but I do enjoy cannabis. And I learn more and more every day. I mean, I go by Budman, you know,
Right.
it's because I have a love of cannabis. But I realized that I don't know shit once I came here because there's so many much more smarter people about it than me.
Right.
Hey, and that's the first step, is admitting that you know nothing.
Of course, absolutely.
Because now you're ready to learn everything.
yeah,
And absorb it like SpongeBob.
And it feels like such a not to get all metaphysical and weird, but it feels like a fate type thing.
Yes.
Of how you guys got here.
Everyone
and
keeps talking
how
about the stars
how
lining
it
up.
fits like a glove.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How fucking you just bumped into Sammy walking in.
Right.
It's like an hour after getting off the plane from
Right.
Costa Rica. Or
Right.
wherever we went. Yeah.
And you guys come up,
Yeah.
Buck's
We're
got
just like,
32
hey.
laminates in his hand.
Yeah, which he
But-
called his resume, which
His
had
business
each had
card,
a,
yeah.
each had a
But-
different radio station that he worked for on it.
Please tell me
And
you
got
remember
fired.
when we pulled into the parking lot, you said, "What are you doing?" You remember that, right?
yeah.
And what did I say? I said, "I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing."
Right.
I was just tapping into the cipher.
But we
And-
walked into Canaccelerate, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is real. This is the real deal."
Right. The studio was not done when you came in?
No, it was not
Hammering,
done yet.
drilling,
Not done.
sawing,
I think I was still
gluing,
foaming the walls.
wire
at the time.
twisting.
But I met you,
Right.
And I met everyone here, and I thought, oh, there was such a good vibe here and such good people, you know. And I'm a vibe guy, you know what I mean?
Right. Me
I
too.
I can walk.
It's got to be vibey.
I have the ability to what some say is read the room. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And I said these are good people. And I said fuck it. I want to be able to say fuck it on the radio. I want to be able to talk about how I love cannabis on the radio.
Right.
And then
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what?
And now let's see if these guys can put us in the markets to do that to a broad audience.
Yes.
Because that's the question you guys would have with a team like us. Studio looks awesome, and I respect I respect what I'm looking at.
He doesn't
and
respect
everything
that
else.
camera that he just knocked
Yeah.
over. But other than that,
I
it's
consider
okay.
this place.
I bought it.
This place is more than just. It's more than just a radio station here. It's more than a TV station.
Right.
It's a network station.
Yes.
And it's not just that. It's a launch pad.
True.
We're building a rocket.
True. Now, and that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, damn. Sammy's like, yeah, we got Budman and Booger. They're down to do it. I'm like, oh fuck. Okay, we got to make sure we get them out to the world. We have real talent that we're starting with on our first off the top. So I got the nerves that you got. Like, I was like, okay, I got the bubble guts, but it was a good bubble guts.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
let's fucking do this. Let's go to the top.
But I think it's a match made in heaven. And if you're new to the Budman and Booger show, if you've never experienced it before, we are, the best way I can describe it is we are pop culture meets pot culture.
Excellent.
You know, and we like to have fun here, and we like to educate
Yes.
as well as have fun.
And do some fuck shit.
And do some fuck shit, exactly.
Goddamn right.
Have fun while learning.
Right. So when we make, like, let's say $1.2 million each by the end of the fiscal year,
Yeah.
we're gonna look back and laugh.
Yeah. I'm ready.
And we got sponsors up the
I'm
ass.
ready to chuckle.
I had
I
this
bet
vision.
10 of our sponsors are in there right now.
yes.
They don't know it
Yes.
yet.
No.
They're thinking it.
But once they come in here and they feel the vibe and the energy and the magic, I think they're gonna feel what I felt when I first came to Canaccelerate, and that was the magic.
Right.
You know.
There's some legends out there in that room right there.
Absolutely.
There's some cannabis legends. There's some
Yeah.
people that you may not open up a magazine and see a photo of them, and there are some who you will open up a magazine and see a photo of them. But there's some people who've been in this industry. There was one guy who's been in this industry, over 50 years.
50 years.
And I do know.
5 dimes.
I do know who I'd like to dedicate this show to.
Yeah.
The perfect person.
Who?
The doctor, Dr. Fry, who just got out of federal prison.
Yes.
She
beautiful.
made the ultimate sacrifice.
And it's
for
pretty
everybody.
awesome, huh?
Yes. That deserves a round of applause. Absolutely.
maybe-
she
maybe
went to
we-
prison for 5 years for fucking pot.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Federal prison too for
bullshit.
fucking weed, bro. Like
She was helping
she's
people.
a breast cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Going to prison for fucking pot. Like, kind of dumb shit is that?
That's some fuck shit.
And the government just saying a week or two ago that we're still don't see any medical use for cannabis.
Yeah.
Still after, I think the whole fucking country should just like straight face them.
Well,
should straight face the government. Just like send them a selfie with like a.
Well, I'll give you an example of that. There is a pharmaceutical company that produces I don't even want to call it medicine, but they produce toxic substances that are like fake opiates. They're that fentanyl crap.
Right.
They just donated $500,000 to keep.
Yeah,
cannabis
to lobbyists.
In Arizona to keep it illegal. Cannabis. Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
When come take our pills and make your asshole bleed.
Yeah.
For your headache.
They'd much rather have kids be addicted to like a heroin, like synthetic heroin.
Yes.
Than to be able to experience CBD or cannabis products.
Some of these pills cause things like compulsive gambling. There's lawsuits now that say that the certain pills cause compulsive gambling and people lose their life savings.
Oh, there was a dude who got $150,000 from one of the pharmaceutical companies, and nobody gets no money because their pills made him a compulsive gambler and gay.
Wow.
And he won in court. Like, he actually got a you know how lawyers, pharmaceuticals have. They'll tie you up for 20 years. But he actually won his case because the pills that he took for something completely different made him gamble all his bread and fuck men.
Sounds like a party.
So, yeah. Hey!
Wow. Hello, Reno.
Well, here,
so what are 2 minutes? What are all these goodies we got on the couch? We got people that are waiting to come in.
Okay, so
I just saw
big
the
shout out
owner
to
of
Jose.
Fatties.
Jose
Fatties.
brought us some goodies.
Yeah, we got some of these CBD cannabis pills.
I got
here.
dibs on that.
He's repping Weed All Stars.
Of course he
What
does.
don't you have dibs on? One of my favorites.
The stickers.
Cannabis gummy squares.
Cannabis gummy squares.
What up? Those are definitely one of my favorites.
Shout out to them. They've been down since
Bang
the beginning.
chocolate, of
Come
course,
on, man.
over there.
Fatties.
Fatties.
Oh, yes.
I just saw the owner right outside the door when we just opened the door
What
right
up,
now.
Fatty?
He's probably going to come in and hang
I'm
out.
loving this. Rosin rolls.
Here's a pipe from one of my favorite glass blowers, 3 Dot.
3 Dot.
This is 3 Dots. I've dropped this thing like 30 times and it's still
kicking?
going strong. 3
I
Dot.
tell him.
Does it have a name? Do you name your pipes?
they're just all 3 Dot.
Oh, they're
1.0,
just 3 Dot. 2.0. Yeah, I had like Super
3 Dot
Bowl
Lane.
42 and
Super Bowl 42.
I had a few pipes. I like to name them. Calvin and Globs.
Yes.
What is that?
What is Calvin and Globs?
There's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to find out.
Inquiring minds want to know.
And
Cousin Andy's Edibles.
Yes, that's
Root beer.
a root beer hard candy right there.
I got dibs on that.
And this is one of my favorite, dude. The hemp wicks.
Oh yeah.
Fucking love this stuff because I'm a pipe guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
I love to use this because you get pure flavor.
But do you got a? It's kind of a system. Do you have? Are you like natural with your lighting the wick? Put the lighter down, then grab the pipe.
Dude,
Did you
simplest
make
way,
it one motion?
bro. The best way to do it is you just wrap it around your lighter, and then you just light it, and then you're just literally just holding your lighter still.
Oh, is that camera on me?
You get pure flavor.
Is it?
Yeah, mind blown.
You just
I know.
blew my goddamn mind.
I know.
I didn't even think of that.
But yeah, we have a ton of guests that can't wait to come onto the
do.
show.
We got George Moll.
We have an open door. We have an open door policy
That's
here
right.
on the show.
Anyone's invited anytime.
And we'd love to bring guests on to experience the Budman and Booger show. So let's go ahead and bring someone in through our open door. I love this open door thing.
It is pretty cool.
It's a beautiful thing. Come on
Hello.
in. Come on in. Sit down. Get comfortable.
The life of the party.
Yes.
You were, we dedicated our show to you, if you didn't even know already. In our first 5 minutes, we dedicated our very first episode of the Budman and Booger show.
Oh my God!
To you,
right.
And it was basically to say thank you for what you've done for us. Because you took one for the team big time. For guys like us to be able to do what we do, and we appreciate the hell out of you, and just want you to know that first before we say some debaucherous, crazy, funny stuff.
Oh, crazy, funny stuff! I'm all about it. You know what? All I have to say is that it was great. It was a wild ride, and I would do it again.
You would?
Absolutely, because what's really important is that we're here.
Right.
We're here now with marijuana. Woo!
I know.
Yes.
Now, are you surprised at seeing where we are now? Like, I know it's supposed to happen.
Dream.
It was supposed to happen 10 years ago, and we all know. But in the last 2 years or 3 years, how it's been kind of accelerating.
Last 2 years or 3 years, I was in prison.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you were like...
I had no clue.
Yeah.
But I got out, and I went, wow.
How was the food in there? Was it all right?
You know, federal prison camp is fluff, fluff, puff, puff. I wasn't even, I had no locked doors. I could have walked off the prison anytime. You stay because they threaten you with more time.
Right.
And so, honestly, I can't say I really know what it is to be in prison like that.
So you weren't making spread or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
And, you know, there were definitely days where the food was unidentifiable, and I did not eat on unidentifiable days.
Right.
But there was plenty of times where you could see, wow, that's chicken.
Oh, so you never had to, take a spring from your mattress and make a shank then?
Oh, you gotta be kidding. Girls are puffy. My husband actually had a much worse time. A men's prison is much harder. I mean, men are evil because they rape.
Right.
Women, we intimidate, we criticize, we shun. But we do not violently, physically harm people in our space.
Right.
She's so hard that she went to federal prison, and she's like, that's fluffy.
It was
it's not
nice.
that bad.
It was okay.
That's hardcore, man.
Yeah, it was nice.
Well, no, wait. Let's preface this. It is humiliating, it is degrading, and it is dehumanizing. There's nothing about that experience is nice. But the attitude you take when you go in is the attitude you live by. And I live by the attitude, I can do this.
Right.
And I can become a better person.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
You're
so-
a survivor.
I'm glad they didn't yank your spirit.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
Yeah, we could tell as soon as you talk, and you're full of life, and we
so
love
positive.
it. Now, for the people out there, can you tell us what happened to get you to prison?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so in 1997, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I had become a physician in 85, and I had struggled with the fact that I had PTSD and a lot of difficulties with anxiety and depression, and marijuana was the only drug that healed me, and yet my entire career was in jeopardy because of the fact that I refused to give up this horrible illegal drug. And I tried every pharmaceutical that they were offering, and I went, no. And so ultimately I was staying home, being a mother of my 3 children, and homeschooling, and just kind of hiding because I was afraid of the whole ramifications of the fact that marijuana was necessary to deal with my anxiety. Then I got diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was a culmination of that experience that led me to realize that someone had to push the California law forward. And so basically, I had been rehabbing runaways. I had been rehabbing women who were escaping domestic violence in my house because as a doctor, kids wasn't enough. And so I had lots of people in and out of my house, and I had 2 stepchildren who were in their teens. And so someone saw my pot growing when I had cancer and I was bald and I was dying. And they got busted for something really ugly, like methamphetamine, and they said to the sheriff, hey, you know what, I'll narc on the doctor if you let me go. And of course, narc on the doctor and we'll let you go, no problem. And so the cops showed up at our house, and I said, come on down. And my husband was an attorney, and we showed him a copy of the law, and we said, we are entirely legal, and this is a legal grow, and all good. And they said to me, hey, Dr. Fry, why don't you start a business where you check out these patients, and those that are good, we'll leave alone, and those that are bad, you let us know.
Oh, wow.
And I went, wow. That's not my job.
Yeah.
Your job.
Exactly.
Wow, so
They
no
want you to-
snitching.
yeah, they want you to come be a snitch
Narc,
for them.
narc, narc.
Exactly.
And I said, no, not my job. Well, that was when I made enemies out of the local cops. This was in El Dorado County. And at that point, my husband went, actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe we should start a business because did you know the guy down the street has MS and he just got raided by these fools and they took his plans and they're threatening him with prosecution. And, this is really bad because people like you and I, maybe we managed to make them go away, but there's lots of people out there who are suffering every day who have just as many illnesses and problems as we do, and they're not allowed to grow pot because they can't make the cops go away, and there is a law. And so then we started in '99 the first medical legal consulting business for the recommendation of marijuana, and that is not a medical business. Just to let you know, that is a consulting business because no one should tell an adult they have my permission to use a non-toxic herb.
Right.
Right. So really, you need to come to a doctor to see that? No. You know what you need to do? You need to come to a lawyer to learn about the law, and you need to talk to a doctor so that I can testify in court for you when you get in trouble, because I am not going to sit there and say I'm judging you and you're okay and you're not okay. As far as I'm concerned, everybody should use marijuana. Marijuana is far less harmful than any other recreational drug.
Gosh. So
Absolutely.
much. Gosh, I could take my alcohol and drive off a bridge.
Thank you very much.
and,
That's right. Beat my wife, abuse my
exactly.
children. Absolutely.
And especially in the counties like El Dorado, Nevada County, Placer County, the rural areas, there's not a whole lot of access to medical professionals who can give cannabis recommendations either, and that's really important because there's a lot of veterans up there.
Well, okay, back in '99 when I started my business, there were no doctors anywhere in California who were willing to do it except for one, Todd McArea. And Todd McArea was in Berkeley, and he was a psychiatrist, and he was willing to give medical recommendations, but one doctor can't cover the entire population of California, and so he took me under his wing, and he told me what he was doing, and my husband looked at it and went, you know what, you need a lawyer. And we, everyone's seeing the medical recommendations in California, and they all have embossed. Right, we did that.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
Yeah. I rolled up plenty of pot on that embossment.
That's right.
Like,
I mean, it's
because it's in my car, and sometimes when I need to roll up in my car before I go out
Go for
in the
it.
house,
That's right.
I roll up on my recommendation. Might as well get two uses out of it.
It's ridiculous to think that the federal government still does not accept the fact that cannabis has medicinal properties. That is powerful.
Well, just as of 2 weeks ago or a week and 10 days ago, they said it again.
They could have declassified it and didn't.
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, this is the biggest fraud ever perpetrated on the United States and the American people, and it has been killing and harming thousands upon thousands of hundreds of thousands of Americans by denying them access to this safe and effective drug, and it is sickening. And I'm about to shout this from the housetops, and again, I'm about to publish my book, and my book is called I'll Take the Rocks. And it's just the story of how a really very patriotic, innocent, naive person was completely taken advantage of by the federal government and persecuted because I believed in people. Because
Right. Now,
all I
when
wanted to do was love them.
And when you dove into this fight, from what you expected to what you seen from the opposition, how much different was it? How much did they surprise you
Well, okay.
with what they would do?
You know what? I am so naive, even to this day. I'm just a baby. And I actually thought that they were my friends and that the truth would be the truth, and that they would respect me as a doctor, and they would respect my husband as an attorney, and that they would acquiesce and allow us to enact the law, because that's all we wanted to do, was enact the law.
Right.
But that turned out not to be true.
And they came with
Guns.
15
cars, 30 officers, guns, semi-automatic rifles, and I walked out and I had my little boy's hand in my hand, and I said, "We totally submit. You're welcome in our house." And they said, "Get on the floor." And I'm like, You know,
Ridiculous.
I'm a mommy, right? But I had arthritis because the chemotherapy had damaged my joints, and so I'm trying to get down on the floor. And I must admit, I had a little bit of a bad attitude, and I was moving really slow because I was pissed off. But anyway, when I got down on my knees, he stepped on my back and crushed me to the floor.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was unbelievable. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm just like totally mouthing off and going, you guys are absolute ludicrous creeps. What the hell are you doing? I'm a medical patient. I'm a doctor. I have cancer. Can't you see I'm bald? And I mean, I'm just lighting into him. And my little boy, suddenly I realized that he's crying. And I said, what's going on? And he goes, Mommy, shut up. They've got a gun to your head. I go, they would not put a gun to my head. Are you kidding me? I'm a mummy. I'm unarmed. I'm on the ground. He goes, yes, Mommy, please. And so I stopped.
Oh, God.
And, it was true. They called it the loaded and ready assault position. But they were pointing a gun to my head, and I'm an unarmed woman with cancer on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that gnarly?
Wow.
So how happy does it make you to see a place like this, Canaccelerate?
Awesome.
When it's almost like, okay, we have a home base. From what I feel, it's like, okay, we have a home base
headquarters
to fight.
However, I really can't warn you enough to be aware that this is not a reversal of policy. This is only a crack in the chink of their armor. And you have to realize that as long as the federal government says that there's no known medical use for cannabis, at any time we can go entirely backwards. And that's why I said when I was speaking that we need to become such an economic force, because money is what buys these people. And there are billions of dollars of potential profit in the medicinal marijuana industry. And we're taking that money straight out of the pockets of the pharmaceuticals. And so they're going to hate us, and they're going to come at us with all their political savvy and their power, and they're going to come vicious and nasty like a bear who's been poked with a stick. And so the problem is to get complacent, to think, oh la la, it's all
we
good.
won.
Yeah, we did not win.
We did not win.
Until marijuana is descheduled, that means it is classified as a herbal alternative medicine. It is a safe and non-toxic herb that everyone should have access to, and that it is a health supplement that, as far as I'm concerned, everybody should be juicing cannabis. Cannabis, and that doesn't get you high. That just makes you well.
Right.
Cannabis is a homeostatic medicine, which means it brings your body back into homeostasis, and it works across every organ system you have, from your neurology to your digestive system to your cardiovascular system. Cannabis is a drug that does musculoskeletal. It increases your bones, your digestive system, every part of your body. I love it. Provides health.
You know what I want to ask her?
Yeah, I see Booger getting very excited
I don't
because
have to, though.
he is a huge fan of juicing and putting all kinds of stuff inside of juice and trying to get me to drink it. So yeah, I think I have a feeling what your next ingredient's going to be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Upgrade.
Ask your I have a question. What is your favorite way to medicate?
Okay. I'm old school because I was
Orange
old
zigzag.
school.
Joints.
That's right. I'm a child of the 70s, and I just smoke marijuana. However, must be said that I've been on pretrial and then prison since 2005. So I haven't had medicine for 11 years.
So you're still not able.
That's fucking bullshit.
But you can do stuff like CBD, right?
No, that was such a surprise. I drug test 3 times a month because they're up my ass. And what happened is I found out about CBD, and I went online and I bought the little CBD drops, and I realized that in reality, all these years that I thought that I needed cannabis, I actually was driven from my body for CBD.
Right.
That I have a neurological condition where I cannot sleep and I have a lot of anxiety, and the CBD is really what I've been craving. I like to be high, but that wasn't what I was craving.
Right.
And so I went to probation and I gave them my drops and I showed them the package and I said I bought it on the internet and I need it. And I took about 2 weeks and it turned my drug test positive because they don't test for THC. They test for all cannabinoids. And she said, "You're wrecking our drug test. You have to go to the pharmaceutical companies and ask them for trazodone." because if you can't sleep, we want you on pharmaceuticals. So now I'm not allowed to have that either.
Not either.
It's like you can't even be in charge of your own care.
Isn't that crazy that cops are trying to
ludicrous.
treat you as opposed to, I don't know, a doctor?
Doctor like me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So how long till you can?
Well, I believe in the power of good.
I do too.
I am good and light, and God is on my side, and He has kept me through this whole journey. And He revealed to me that I'll be going back to the judge probably this month, maybe next month, because they keep threatening. Because I'm so non-compliant. I'm just a bad girl. I'm constantly causing them trouble. I have healthy, low concentrated urine, which they call a dilute sample. Well, no, it means that I walk 5 miles and I drink lots of fluids and I'm incredibly healthy. And yeah, you're right. Sometimes my urine's a little dilute because that's what's healthy.
Yeah.
But
I have diluted urine too.
Well, I don't know what to say about that. No, most men don't. No, most men are like so concentrated because you don't drink a lot of fluids. But I had kidney disease when I was a small child, and my mother taught me to really be hydrated. But neither here nor there. So they accused me of having alien urine in July. Which, honestly, I'm not even smart enough to figure out how to have a witnessed urine sample be alien. So what I said was, I go, wow, what am I going to do? And I called my attorney, and she goes, wow, what are you going to do? And I went to sleep, and God woke me up in the middle of the night, and He said, Google hair drug test. And I went, okay. And so I got up at 2 in the morning and Googled hair drug test, and guess what? The length of your hair determines the amount of time you can test it for drugs. And my hair is all the way down to here. And so I submitted a 12-inch hair sample and proved that I have not done any drugs since last July.
Right.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. Are you active on social media or the internet? Is there any place where our viewers can hear your story? Or,
you know what? I'm in the moment. I'm praying and asking for a publicist to arrive into my sphere because I am trying to get my feet back on the ground. I do have a Facebook page, but I'm really bad. I mean, once every month I go on it, and it's really not. I'm not active at all. But I spoke to the Drug Policy Alliance, and he's the one who said you really need to do a press release about the book, and you need to get a publicist who will do Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. So I'm looking for volunteers because someone want to play.
Awesome. Well, maybe Canaccelerate can help you.
I think we can.
Well, I'm
gap.
going to come
Fill the gap.
visit. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Yeah, and you can come visit us anytime and be on the show anytime.
Oh,
Open
thank
door.
you so much.
Yes, please. Anytime
you
you
so
have
much.
something to
Yes.
spread.
Whoa. Especially come back in July and let us spark one up with you.
Yes. Will you medicate with us?
If I can get off probation, I will.
I love it.
That's
We would be honored.
awesome.
We would
Thank
be
you so
honored.
much.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Take care. Take
Yay!
Hey, thank you,
She's a real life
Fry.
superhero.
I love anyone named Fry.
Hello.
What's up, gang?
How are you?
I love.
Want to talk to me?
Please come on.
Come on in.
Come squat.
Welcome to the Budman and Booger Show.
You prefer that I don't have this ringing?
Sure, keep it on.
Bring it on in.
on.
Bring her on in. Have a seat.
You can watch porn on the internet if you want to.
On the wall, so everyone can see that.
I love it.
Thanks, guys. Where would you like me?
Right there.
Right there in that seat. Right there.
Choke up to that mic real close.
There you go. We have this whole open door thing here on the Budman and Booger Show. It is a celebration day. Today's the first opening day, the grand opening of Canaccelerate. Also the first official launch of the Budman and Booger Show. So I want to thank everybody that's got us tuned in right now. Don't forget to subscribe at youtube.com/Budman and Booger. And make sure you guys hit that like button, especially if you're down with the funky green stuff.
Now,
Awesome. We got John W. Lee, consultant and referral. You
Yes.
You do the cannabis and hemp industry business development, regulatory compliance, legislative advisement, and community relations. Wow.
Yes.
I got a bunch
of fancy words.
I got a
Yeah, what
hemp
is it?
question.
Go ahead.
Our government just made hemp legal just a couple of years ago, right? Because before we could always import it, export it, but we can never grow it recently, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, California hasn't quite resolved that, and we're hoping to do that because one of the regulations in California noted that it would only be allowed in California once the feds did ultimately approve it. So we're going through that process here. Hopefully that'll play out.
Right.
Wow.
You can make a lot of stuff with hemp.
You can. You know,
Our
most of the
country was founded
conversation-
on it, yeah.
Well, exactly. Most of the conversation, that's what's somewhat unique and why I decided to throw that along with a bunch of fancy words is we've all talked about cannabis for a long time and marijuana here, obviously. And most of the discussion, my background, my level has been at the statewide effort. I was one of the proponents and the co-authors of the MCLR initiative that we were sorry, as you heard, that didn't make the ballot as an alternative to the ALMA initiative. At the same token, we've all been talking about cannabis, and we've been focusing on all the obvious things that California can provide, but one of the things we're missing here is the hemp industry, as you know.
Yes.
Right.
Which, I'm surprised because, damn, Jamie Jones has got a pair of hemp Nikes, and they're fucking dope.
I do.
They're awesome.
But I guess that hemp had to come from Canada or something to make those Nikes.
So, look, we're losing money already.
Well, their shoes are made in China, probably.
Oh.
So they actually, who knows where the hemp came from.
Yeah.
But they are dope.
Yes.
Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
And we're talking about hemp, too, that has low THC amounts but has CBD qualities, too.
That's
so
right.
Oh,
our
right.
CBD medicines can be made out of hemp as well as cannabis.
I can smoke my shoes?
Probably, yeah.
What's the difference between cannabis CBD and hemp CBD?
Now, don't start asking me a lot of technical
Yeah,
questions.
you're going to ask him weed science questions.
I'm an advocate. Basically, there's several different components to the plant, and obviously the cannabis sativa plant and the THC content that everybody wants to use for mood altering capabilities. But CBD is one of the cannabinoids that's available, and is available in multiple strains of the cannabis plant, and hemp being one of those products that you can get a low THC amount that everybody in this building, I think, understands is available legally in all 50 states. So that's something that can be produced from the hemp plant as well as the cannabis plant. But don't start asking me technical questions. I always defer to smarter people about that.
I think that's cool. You can actually buy CBD oil from hemp on Amazon. Anywhere in the world, you can have CBD oil.
That's
from
pretty
hemp.
gnarly. Now, you were part of the early run of trying to get weed legal in 2009, was it?
Not all the way back then. A little of the history, that was in 2010, the Prop 19 folks. I got involved just after that because obviously we failed to legalize it. In 2012, I organized with several people, primarily out of San Jose, and we talked about how to get to the ballot.
Right.
We created MCLR, which was the Marijuana Control, Legalization, and Revenue Act, and we attempted to get on the 14 ballot, if anybody remembers that. Most people dissuaded us, thinking that we'd be much more successful in 2016, and as you've all heard, and you don't need to hear the long story, we have failed the Californians in regards to getting something on the ballot that stopped the ban. So even though we're going to have a legalization measure in November, MCLR and the groups that we worked with for many years was trying to avoid the ban issue. But the fact is we've moved on. That's part of why we're all sitting in this room and in this building today.
Right.
We don't have sour grapes. We don't want to sit and stomp our feet and have tantrums, but we have to evolve. And the days of standing on the federal steps or with a bullhorn or waving signs are pertinent in certain situations, but right now we have to sit at the table with everybody. We've got to negotiate. We've got to affect change, and we need to network and do things like are happening under this roof to make sure that we can all achieve our goals.
Yes.
It's happening in our lifetime, guys.
Right.
It's happening
It's
right
historical.
here.
I love it.
And it's not just words. It's not just cliche, and it's not other people saying it. You're living and breathing right now, and if you don't get on board, be a part of the change right now, it's going to pass you by, or you're going to be telling stories about it.
This is our moment of our generation.
It's gonna happen. I love it. You've been working with George for a while, right?
I've known George for a long time. He's a great guy. He's been very supportive, and I've learned quite a bit from George over the years.
Yeah, he is a cool dude.
Yeah, he let us in here, so I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, true. Him and Sammy starting this thing.
Well, they talked about doing that for 5 years, and a lot of us have had the same vision. They've been able to bring it to fruition, and that's why so many of us are excited. All of us are doing, in some ways, similar things. We're doing our own little microcosm of networking and bringing tools and resources together, whether it's me or people up and down the state. But now they've been able to do this in an official capacity because we are able to do this on a permit process and above board. We need these kinds of people, and we need all of us working together to get through this. And
yeah,
so,
no doubt about it. There is strength in numbers, that's for sure.
no question. It's the same message we've all been carrying, obviously.
What's your favorite way to medicate?
All.
Nice.
No, my favorite I still like. I enjoy just a good, nice fat doobie.
A nice fat doobie.
Yeah. You know, I've
Sweet.
noticed that I'm outnumbered. It seems like lately, everyone just loves to smoke a good old joint.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm a pipe guy. I like flavor. You know what I mean?
I still have my old triple glaze bong from the OB Beach days in
Oh,
San Diego and all that stuff.
there you go.
I still do those things once in a while, but I mean, it's fun. And let's not be silly. I mean, we're talking about two things. We can actually openly talk about this. We don't have to be pigeonholed by medicinal marijuana longer.
Right.
We were given that word, and we've all had to live by it. But there's nothing wrong with discussing that you want to use it for recreational purposes and those kinds of things. That's what's fun about this discussion. We can talk about it, and it's okay to say, I don't do it for my ache and pain or my need. I do it because I enjoy it.
Exactly.
That's the transition.
And if I can say I'm going to go out and drink tonight, or I had fun drinking last night, why can't I say I had fun medicating? It's even more safer. Or it's more safe, excuse me, and my bad grammar. It's more safe. You don't get out of your senses for the most part. It's such a better thing.
So what you're saying is it's okay to admit that cannabis does relieve your back pain, but it also enhances your PlayStation.
It does.
That's okay to admit that.
And you know what? Back when in the later years of alcohol prohibition, this is the exact same way people were talking about alcohol back then. Is people stopped saying, "Oh, it's medicinal." They were saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get drunk."
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm gonna get fucked up. Yeah.
If you're listening today, when a few people spoke at a few minutes ago, Granddaddy Mike said something that was pretty important, and I've teetered on this for a while. We're obviously at the table to negotiate and work in cooperative efforts with people to try to achieve change, but this is still a fucking war.
Right.
Yes.
And we don't want to say it, to try to use emphasis, the word, to be flashy or anything. We're the ones that still have to finish off the fight. We have to do the cleanup work for not only the rest of our lives, for other generations. And if you lose sight of it, it doesn't mean that we have to fight. We don't have to be aggressive. We don't have to be violent. I'm a total nonviolent advocate.
I'm not.
But and I'll support anybody's efforts as long as it doesn't damage others. But it is indeed a war, and you have to use strategies.
True.
Well, over here we're using reverse propaganda.
I love it.
You like that?
It's an absolute strategy. I believe
it's going to take a while after Nancy Reagan and 50 years and $50 billion of fried eggs in your brain scrambling and all that, and guilt trip.
And it seems like what the brass tacks is, we need to put our money together. We need to come together like butt cheeks and lobby, like how the system actually works. I feel like that's why the pharmaceuticals have been winning for a long time, because their lobby is stronger, and politicians hasn't necessarily been able to find the way, see the money that comes from it towards the states for good. But now with examples like Colorado and Washington of how good they're doing for the state, I think our lobby, our medical marijuana or recreational marijuana lobby should be able to get strong now and really go in with a strong argument and a few dollars and say, hey, there's an alternative. It doesn't have to be Oxycontins to messing kids up and Adderall, basically heroin and crystal meth and things that we put in pills now. Here, there's a natural thing that's better than all of that, and you could sleep better at night knowing you're not turning kids into drug addicts.
Right.
So I'm with you. And that's what we're trying to do here with my partners Sammy and George, and I'll say Canaccelerate and Interesting Media, is spreading the word and getting everybody on track. That's why we're starting shows like the Mole Report and things like that, to just constantly have that message going out. Like you said, the fight's not over. It's just starting. We're kind of just we're out of the second round. It's a 12-round fight. You know what I mean? And we still have to keep fighting. And I'll fight with my fists.
He's not scared of violence.
I'll punch a legislature in the face.
Do you know who Rick Simpson is?
I know who Rick Simpson is, and a lot of people obviously know of him and his work.
Is he still in Canada?
I don't know him personally, so I don't know.
Okay.
Does he have any relation to Homer Simpson?
Well, he's one of...
Oh, stupid Flanders.
Well, he created Phoenix Tears, right? A product, an oil, very high quality. And last time I talked to him, he was in Canada, a little bit shooken up because of maybe he might have gotten maybe not so great of a phone call from the pharmaceutical industry. This is going to be kind of a tough battle, huh?
I don't know that story about Rick and his situation. I've heard similar stories with other people. I know advocates in California that were approached as we were moving forward with different legislation here. But those things are happening out there. That's why I talk about it being a war. But Jamie was just mentioning too about what you guys have created here. This is our solution. We used to want to do it by ourselves, or we're scrambling on our own, or you had an idea, we all did our own thing, and hopefully we got lucky, but we don't have to do each other. We got to be able to lean on each other, partner, trust, tough word, right? Tough word in this industry,
work together,
right?
I mean, people made a comment on my business card, I see you don't have your address on there. I go, in this industry, nobody ever put an address on it, but maybe next time I might,
Right. Coming to the point.
Okay, so if we look at the I think I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but I heard this great term, the pharmaceutical
Granddaddy
industry.
Mike.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say the pharmaceutical companies. Why do they have so much power and control? And when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's about money.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So here you have a lot of great people working in the cannabis industry. Somebody had said here today that look, there's people making some money. Let's reinvest some of that money, much like the pharmaceutical companies do, and let us have a voice, because obviously money talks, right?
No question. We don't have to talk about cannabis. We can talk about any industry. I have the unique opportunity of my age. I was in this funny industry many years ago where they had the ideas like cannabis. Let's make something that everybody's going to use in everyday life. It affects everybody. It impacts everybody. Everybody can get in the business. We can start associations. We can make regulations. There was a little industry called the semiconductor industry, and created things called computers and watches.
Right.
And they're in everyday life. Now, we're trying to do the same thing with cannabis. So there's a direct correlation of how we do those kinds of things. And you can see those visions. So those of us had the experience, made the mistakes, and know how to recover from those mistakes, can move forward and achieve some success with what we're doing here, man.
Hey, they were doing it in garages and little warehouses and little, houses up on the hill, just the same way that the cannabis industry of today is doing it.
Exactly the same. You're absolutely right. And if you're smart enough and wise enough to learn from history, and some of the mistakes, it's kind of a joy to see around it. And you got to be sensitive. You got to be flexible. All those different kinds of things. But at the same token, you have to dig your feet in the ground. You got to have to take action. You got to get off your ass and do it now. Because again, the opportunities won't be here for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank you for coming to hang out with us.
Thanks, guys. Boy, thank you. Thank you for all your hard work, guys. Keep this up. You're at the ground level right now, and it's so much more ahead. And a couple of years from now, we're going to be looking at you guys like you are the history of information. That's what this is about. Communication, information, education.
Exactly. Yes. And if you have any information that needs to go out, anything pertinent, that please send it over to us or come through and jump on the show with us and give it out to the people, because we're 100% on board with the fight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the offer. I will be involved as much as I can with you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Is it okay to give out your number and email here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
that's
share
it with anybody.
408-500.
Oh, you giving it? Oh, okay.
No
that's
problem.
Fine.
No, it's a public number. And thanks for asking.
Don't put out your address, basically.
Yeah, my address is not in there, but you can put out my email and my phone number. It's been public for years.
408-500-2869, and that's John at afpr.us. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you, John.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Yes.
Thank you, fellas.
Another great open
Modern
door
day heroes
interview.
here.
Yes. Oh. Thank you, brother.
Oh, thank you.
It's very humbling to be around a lot of these guys, man, because they've done a lot for the industry.
There's some heart. There's some heart.
Yeah. There's some heart.
Exactly. We got some OGs that have come here.
Yeah.
They're feeling it.
It's hard to.
I have
it's hard for us to say fuck shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we trimmed down our.
I'm kind of looking at
count.
Jamie Jones like, they're like, dude, like this is.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like partly the square one.
Yeah. Look at that.
I like how you have the hard hitting questions.
I do.
I think it's because me and Booker smoked a big fat bowl before it came on. I think Jamie was too busy talking to everybody.
This is Cross Joint with Jamie Jones.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes, that's a matter of fact. Me and Booker smoked a cross joint before.
What is your Max doing?
Yes,
that's right.
Shout out
That's
to
awesome.
Fatties.
Yeah.
What is your
Rosin joints.
What is your intern doing?
But what is Max doing? Max, you're fucking fired.
Wait.
Okay, you're hired back, Max.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, what's
up,
going on?
Chill. I'm Rob Quintero.
What's up, man? Booger. Nice
Max was talking with the door open, with the wide open door, and not telling us what the fuck he's doing. So
Yeah.
Max got fired again, but we just hired him back, so it's okay.
Rob Q.
Rob Q.
Rob Q,
How are
welcome
you?
to the show.
Revive.
Revivid.
Revivid CBD.
Yeah, that's the stuff. Man.
My fucking favorite.
Oh, nice. Now, tell us a little bit about Revivid CBD.
Well, I'll give you the whole.
Oh, here,
quick
talk to
story.
the mic like a phone.
All right, so plug in and get real close.
There.
Yeah.
Nah, our bitches are gonna like you.
Yo, I like that. Rob Quintero. Ship our product over 50 states and try and get the healing to as many people as possible.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I really
so
feel
you're on Amazon?
Not yet.
Oh, cool.
We'll let everybody else put their balls out there first.
Yeah, I love it because I really feel like there's not enough CBD to go around, and I'll say this why, because like when I go to the dispensary, I like to get me some nighttime weed,
right?
Which I usually go for some strong dank indica or something.
Yeah.
But I like to get some CBD because, as I tell Booger all day long, bro, I got shit I gotta fucking do.
I'll
okay?
do, yeah.
You
All
know what
day
I mean?
long.
But I like to be centered though. You know what I mean? I like to my back fucking hurts all the time. I like to take away pain and stuff like that, but I don't like to want to take a nap at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I got shit to do. So I mean, why do you think that is? I mean, is it? I mean, cause I don't know. I don't know. Is it just not as popular? Is it because a lot of it's being used to produce medications? What can you give me some insight on that?
You mean?
Is it this dispensary I'm going to? Is it they just give me some fuck shit? What's going on?
What do you mean? The CBD you take?
Yeah, it just seems like there's not enough CBD to go around. CBD dominant pot.
Here's the problem: is our industry, which we all love and love dearly. Our patients want to get medicated.
Yeah.
And when you have a product like CBD in whatever form it might be, whether it's flour or tincture or wax or whatever it might be. They're not achieving the high that they're looking for. So when they're standing there in line at the dispensary, unless there's a specific need that they have for CBD, a family member or personal ailment, they're not really shopping for CBD. They want the cookies, they want the sherbet, they want that lemon tree.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
and I like that stuff too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we all want that.
I don't discriminate.
There's a lack of education in our industry and in the world, unfortunately, that people just don't understand the real true benefits of CBD.
Right. And that's the real wonder drug of the pot part, right?
Absolutely.
Of pot is
Absolutely.
the CBD. And really, we're just kind of learning that in the last few years, where it's almost like I always base it like on concussions in football. We're just getting the info in the last couple of years of how actually it's harmful or helpful in the terms of CBD that it actually is. Of curing people with cancer. We have all seen the stories of the kids who get 100+ seizures a day, and with CBD, they're down to almost 1.
0 to 1 per week.
0 to 1.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's gnarly to see how far that we've seen just in the last 2 years of hearing the word CBD.
And kids and
exactly,
pets
and what it can.
The proof is in the pudding.
Right, I give it to my dog.
Yeah, and there's this huge problem, information-wise. I had a conversation on the drive up from the Bay Area. A good dear friend of mine, his grandfather's dying of cancer.
Right.
But his grandfather is of that generation that's been brainwashed with propaganda.
Right.
And,
exactly.
They'll take the chemo and the radiation, which works for 10% of the people that do it.
Right.
Over a natural medication because he's been brainwashed by propaganda to believe that CBD or cannabis or any of those things are these terrible things. Well, you go down to the liquor store or to the Rite Aid and you can pick up some Norco, you can pick up a bottle of Jack, and some soda pop full of sugar, and you go home and mix that up, and that's legal and that's good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go home and piss farts and
it's
give
insane.
you all these side effects. They give you 45 seconds of side effects and 5 seconds of what it fixes.
Right.
And it's
right.
Here, take that from fucking pharma.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical.
420.
And that's the whole world.
You got your vape pen, it's 420.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's 420.
I'm sure it might have.
Oh shit! Yeah, we don't want to miss out on that.
CBD wax. You guys ever seen?
You guys are a
Yes.
minute late.
Yes.
Shit. How did I get this on the camera?
Oh boy, yeah. Bring that over here.
That's a CO2 crumble.
Yeah, smell that.
Oh, that's
Air, we'll put it on this camera over here.
So this is a CBD wax.
That's one of the products we make. It's we look at we have like a whole tincture line and some lotions and topicals that we use as real medication, but the idea is to get the whole world on CBD.
Right.
And the younger generation, again, they're trying to medicate, and so they don't care about tinctures or some topical lotions. Give them some wax so they can vaporize, and you got them on board.
Can CBD help my ashy fingers? Because
You know,
can fucking help that shit out. My hands
got
are
some,
dry.
I got some
Lotion
500
coming
milligram
soon.
lotion in the car for you. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. You can dab CBD now.
Yeah.
Now, what is CBD like? Say you're healthy. Say you're a regular citizen. I'm just a Medicaid, or what can CBD do for my everyday life if I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering what. I don't have to have cancer to get good effects from it, right?
And that's the thing is you don't have to have cancer.
Right.
So as a healthy individual, okay, so say you do have cancer or you have epilepsy. Now, I'm not here to make medical claims about
exactly.
What things can or cannot do, but if you are trying to use something like CBD or any other product to treat some of the heavier duty ailments that plagues our species, you'd need some heavy duty CBD. But if you were just a healthy guy, I mean, it's
and
like
I want to stay healthy.
Yeah, it's like wearing a condom, man. You know what I mean? It's prophylactic.
Right.
It's you
keeps the wheels greased.
It keeps it keeps you healthy. It saturates the cells in your body and it reduces inflammation, and that's one of the main things that it does. Inflammation is what leads to pretty much every ailment that we do have.
And stress.
Inflammation in the body and stress and anxiety.
Yes,
and that was
helps
dope
out
that
a
we
lot.
saw Nate Diaz on the on the
vaping
UFC
it up on the post show.
on the post show, vaping it up, and it's totally illegal in
May
the
I
UFC.
ask what it is you're smoking there?
And he's hitting the vape pen right after his fight with Conor McGregor, arguably the biggest fight in history.
Yeah.
And he's in the post-fight press conference vaping CBD.
Yeah.
And he was happy to tell you it's CBD.
And he's a big proponent. I spoke with him personally about a year ago, specifically about CBD products because it's a problem. I've got friends in the UFC. I've got friends in the NFL, and they don't allow these guys to use medicine for healing. But they're okay that you can take 30 Norco in a week, no problem. You can get these guys hooked.
Cortisone all day.
Yeah. You get them shots, you get them steroids, you're good to go. But don't use any cannabis. So it's good that there's athletes out there that are finally standing up, saying, you know what, I'm going to put it out there because this is real medicine. This is how I choose to heal myself. In between my fights, I'm the one in the ring. I'm the one on the field taking those hits. I know what my body feels like. And when I take a bunch of Norcos and Percocets, there's a hangover effect that's worse than before you even pop those pills.
Sucks.
Where you take a little CBD, smoke a little indica before bedtime, you're sleeping like a log, you wake up refreshed, your body's had that time to heal. It's lovely stuff, dude.
And I don't know about you, but because I have to take blood pressure pills, right? Because I inherited that shit from my mom. Thanks, Mom.
You're like
CBD.
You are black.
Yeah, I told you.
You are African American.
Thank you.
He's albino.
This dude has high blood pressure. He has diabetes.
You got the sugar
Yeah,
foot?
he got the sugar.
Yeah.
He's an albino black man.
You got the
My
sugar foot.
nigga.
Damn it.
Hey, but see, here's the thing. So when I take my blood pressure pills, a lot of times I'll fucking forget if I took it or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, God forbid if I was on something like Norco or something, you forget and you fucking take 2 or 3.
Right.
You can fucking die from that.
Yeah.
You're not going to die if you take a couple hits of CBD.
Exactly.
You know what you're going to do? You feel better, man.
You feel better, man.
Yeah.
So I
Just
got a
tell
pretty
everybody.
cool
We
example.
should just tell people it makes your dick harder and longer.
Yeah,
and
just
I
lie
bet
to
the
'em.
whole
Just
country
lie to
would
'em.
buy it tomorrow.
Hey, they've been listening to propaganda forever. It works.
Forever.
Propaganda works.
Exactly.
Yes, it makes your penis
so
bigger.
CBD will make you 2 more inches, bro.
Yeah.
That's right.
This show will transform your body.
So I've got an example real quick. Because I'm not a doctor and I don't pretend to know everything about what CBD can do for the human body.
Right.
But one of my dear friends, his father's been a quadriplegic for many, many years. Active quadriplegic. I think he can still kind of move. But the guy's in a world of pain. Been chewing on Norcos and Percocets for a decade and heavily dependent on them. Recently, over the past year, had to suffer 2 heart attacks. Put a couple stents in his heart. He ended up back and forth a couple of times. His blood pressure was up at like 200, which is a very, very insane high heart rate. And he was in a lot of pain and, dealing with inflammation and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. I'm like, here, try the CBD.
Yeah.
Who knows? It couldn't
Can't hurt.
right? Can't hurt. Literally 24 hours later, I could play the damn voicemail on the phone. He's like, Rob, I haven't had this level of pain relief in 10 years. In 10 years.
See?
And then he had to go to the doctor for the checkup. His 200 blood pressure dropped down to 130, which is still pre-hypertension.
Right.
It's still high,
Yeah.
but it's not, about to explode.
Yeah, exactly. It's not lay down right now.
Yeah. So, he doesn't have cancer. He doesn't have epilepsy. Doesn't have any of those things. But it's just one more example of what we don't even know yet, that we're just learning. This is real magic. It's not magic. Magic is just science that you can't explain yet. And their countries turn a blind eye to trying to explain it because they don't want us to have this. They want to kill us slowly while extracting all the dollars out of our
Profit
wallet.
before people.
Right. So
the money ain't in the cure. The money's in the medicine.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. But we got freedom of information now. We got the internet. So
True.
propaganda doesn't work as good.
It doesn't
This
work.
is reverse
as good.
propaganda.
Yes,
True.
it is. Yes, it is.
Well, where can people find your product if they want to see it? Are you on social media?
I'm on social media. What do we got here?
the
So you
product-
can go to our website to see what we are as a company. That's revividusa.com. You can find me on my Instagram.
That's Revivid USA?
Yeah.
RevividUSA.com. If you can't spell that, drive over yourself with a car.
Yeah, right.
Or go to school.
Vivid, exactly.
USA. And I'm Rob Quintero, Rob Quintero1 on Instagram. I'm on all the social media stuff. You can find me on there. And I'm just always out there trying to push this stuff, man. I want the whole world on CBD, and I'd like to be the guy.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
so much,
Thank you.
man.
Brother,
You gotta come hang out with us again anytime, man.
Hey,
It's cool.
I'm down.
yeah, man.
Anytime you're in town.
Fucking A, Rob Quintero.
And dispensaries, carry more deep CBD, okay?
Revivid
Yes.
specifically.
Revivid,
I guarantee,
specifically. Are you in some stores now?
Yeah, we're in San
California?
Jose.
In San
We're
Jose area?
there's only 16 clubs in San Jose, and I think we're in 2/3 of those so far.
Nice.
Working our way into the LA market as well as out in Nevada.
Come to
A little more
Sac.
problematic.
Yes, please come to Sac.
I'm
Get
going
in my favorite dispensary,
yeah.
please.
Next
Absolutely.
week, I'm going to get inquiries. People are going to want to do the CBD dabs. So
Hey, we'll do it live on air. I'll bring the email
Yes.
in here.
We'll have a dab off.
We will.
All right.
Yeah,
I love it.
All right, guys.
That's awesome.
Thanks for
And,
having
and,
me.
Thank you.
and please give us a shout out on your social media. We would love that.
I definitely will. Oh, and you know what? Before I go, real big special thanks and love to Sammy and George for putting this whole thing
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Canaccelerate is something that I know they've had in the works for over half a decade, and it's it's a beautiful thing to see it come to fruition here.
Hell yeah.
Two of those guys, they work as hard as I do, and that's
Right.
nonstop.
I'm happy as hell to have them as a business partner.
They're two of the best in our industry.
They're
That's for
gnarly.
sure.
I've known Sammy since high school, and to be a part of this thing is huge. I'm humbled, like you said, by it. Our 2-3 months trying to get this place open has been fun as shit, man. It's been good. I feel like we're Voltron around here because we
Yeah.
got a bunch of guys that can do their jobs really well.
Right.
Nobody needs to manage anybody.
Yep.
Just do what you do, and we'll come together like butt cheeks and get rich.
Bam.
Yeah.
With helping
Right.
people. But yeah, Rob,
All right,
thank you,
gentlemen.
brother.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right.
Very true.
Look at that. We got. I got dibs on Revivid CBD.
Oh, you're gonna take the CBD too?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Oh, thank
I love it.
Jamie
Thank you,
Jones.
sir.
Jamie Jones' wish came true.
My man.
Here, you could just pass that right over here to me. Give that.
Oh,
I ain't
it smells
passing
so good. It almost
shit. No, I'm just playing. What's up, black man? Hey, so you surprised me more and more
come
every
on,
day.
man. I mean, I like to smoke weed.
You probably got like a 14-inch cock.
I do.
You got like 3 baby mamas.
and it glows in a black light.
You got 5 kids with 3 baby mamas.
My penis name is Samson. So if you want to talk to Samson, come on over.
When did you become the albino black man?
I've been albino black man for a long time, bro.
You're like
Yeah.
Did you listen to NWA as a kid?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
I hope so.
I used to play NWA music videos on public access TV, unedited.
That's
Yeah.
I used to
Fuck the police.
Somehow, it doesn't surprise me that Booger had a public access TV show.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to know what the name of his show was?
What?
It was called the Extra Pubic Hair in Your Drink Video Show and a Ham Sandwich.
No.
I'm fucking not kidding you.
One more time.
The Extra Pubic Hair in Your Drink Video Show and a Ham Sandwich.
And the host of the show, his name was Matt Touchacucci.
Yeah, Matt Touchacucci.
That is great.
That's black right there.
That is great.
But it was live TV and it was raw and unedited and we killed it.
Right. So what are you guys looking forward to about this show?
You want to honestly? Do you want to know what I'm looking forward to the most?
Perfection.
Yeah, because I yell at
we
Booger all the
want
time
a
about
perfect
perfection.
show one day.
No, what I look forward to the most, and this is something that I appreciate the most each and every day that I come here.
Joints.
No, shut the fuck up for a second. I'm trying to be heartfelt and have an heartfelt moment.
Hey, he's right there.
Hey, come on down. I appreciate being around people that get us.
Right.
Being in the corporate industry of FM radio for so long, a lot of these guys, very few of them got me and Booger. Most of the time, we just got fired.
Right.
But they didn't understand that we needed to medicate before a show. They didn't understand that we needed to, make art on the studio glass with ketchup packets.
Booger.
But you guys get us.
We do.
And we appreciate that, and we love being a part of the family. So thank you for having us.
I don't belong.
Nice.
I'm different.
In other words, what I'm saying is thank you for putting up with Booger shit. That's basically what I'm saying.
Well, we have a special guest today.
Yes, another special guest here on the Budman and Booger Show.
Well, thank you for joining us, sir. Can you please tell us your name one more time?
I'm Granddaddy Mike Grafton.
Granddaddy Mike Grafton.
Yeah, what's up, man? He's the guy that said pharmaceutical. That is a great word that I learned today.
He coined that. He's taking it and running with it.
I love that.
First off,
believe that.
Thank you for helping guys like us to be able to smoke when we want to or medicate when we want to and not have to feel like criminals. And from a guy who's really on the front lines for half a century, 5 dimes you've been doing this thing.
That's right.
And that's gnarly. What did marijuana activism look like 50 years ago?
50 years ago, marijuana activism was talking to your friends and saying, hey, you should try this.
Real grassroots.
You should try this. And frequently it wasn't really what you had to say. It was, what you put in their hand and what they put in their bodies.
Copy.
So, I appreciate the props and everything, but, I need to be honest. I do it all for Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Right? I did In Love with Mary Jane. It was love at first toke.
Goddamn right.
Right? And it was love at first toke for me. And I thought, hey, I got to share this. I got to share this with the people that I care about. Right? Everybody should have this opportunity.
Right.
So, I just started on a lifetime quest to try and, do the best I could to turn on the world. And use cannabis as my medium.
Right. And that's always been in California?
No, I was. I first got stoned. Here's a little insider. People don't know.
Where was the first time you smoked weed?
I smoked weed first when I was 16. I was a junior in high school at New York Military Academy, and I'm proud to let you know that that's the private military academy where I got I was the honor graduate in my class. I got the Hardy Gold Medal for school leadership. And it's the same school that Donald Trump graduated from 2 years before me.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's huge.
And I kicked his ass all over that school.
Classic.
Yeah, thanks.
Was his hair fucked up back then too? Just out of curiosity.
No, he still had that funny pouty lippy thing going on.
The Billy Idol lip.
But he had a full head of blonde hair, and you couldn't really see the individual vanity of the man because it's a military prep school. Everybody had to look uniform, military, spotless, stand up, creases, everything had to be good. So you didn't really have a chance to do much personal expression.
Right.
But in terms of leadership, I kicked that guy's ass. Yeah. So I graduated from there, and luckily Senator Robert Kennedy saved me from a military career when he gave me as an appointment to West Point, but it made it possible for me to go to Harvard.
Right.
So that's where my I was a golden boy when I was a little kid, right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
And so that's how I got to Harvard. And luckily, at Harvard, my roommate assigned to me came from Palo Alto, right? So I was living in New York, and he lived in Palo Alto. I had a big blow up with my dad over some kind of authority issues. You can imagine. I'm the kind of guy that has trouble with authority.
No.
Yeah. I have to say.
I've had problems with my dad about authority issues.
Yeah. So. That's and having that roommate, just a fortuitous opportunity, meant that I came out to California the first Thanksgiving vacation of my freshman year into Palo Alto, and immediately plugged into the whole Santa Cruz cannabis situation, right? And I was 17 years old.
Right.
17 years old. And I was, just as bright and just as articulate and just as trustworthy and just as fucking impressive then as I am now.
Goddamn right.
And so I started asking people, well, a lot of people on the East Coast would like some of this, really good shit, man. But, I'd like to bring it to them and everything. But, I don't have a lot of money. I'm a college kid, right? And people say, well, hey, we trust you. Here's a front. Right?
Yeah.
So people started fronting me weed, and all of a sudden, you got a way of bringing some good weed to the East Coast. So in the by the mid '70s,
you were Boston George.
I know.
Before Boston,
Johnny Appleseed.
Interesting. Here's a little tidbit. That Boston George and I had the same attorney.
Nice.
Back in Boston in the days when he was still into cannabis and before he went into coke.
Wow. Right.
And because we had the same attorney, we ended up having a relationship. And it was interesting. We both had big enough legal problems so that we needed the best of the best.
Right.
And so he was the best of the best.
I heard that.
So I knew Boston George back before he was into coke. And luckily, I survived in cannabis after he went into coke. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It does. That's gnarly.
But early 70s, I was bringing the Silver Haze out of Santa Cruz, bringing it to the East Coast. And right now, I still have the largest collection of undistributed original Haze posters.
Oh, nice.
Originally published in 1975.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So that's an iconic art piece. Arguably, the first successful attempt to come up with a graphic advertising for strain loyalty.
Right.
And the important, conditional word there is successful. Because there's a lot of people that were coming out with, 8.5 by 11 color Xerox, psychedelic, or, R-crumb cartoons to try and develop, strain loyalty for a different weed.
Right.
But if I were to give you, I could name 20 weeds, and none of you guys would recognize any of those names.
What are the genetics of?
But all of you know Silver Haze.
What are the genetics of Silver Haze?
It's genetics of Silver Haze. There's a lot of Asian weed in there.
Like Thai stick?
There's a lot of South American weed in there.
Acapulco Gold. That's the only old school names we know from back in the day.
Yeah, but we're talking here about the original Silver Haze, not the Neville Haze, not the post Amsterdam Haze. I'm talking about mid '70s. Originated in Santa Cruz and brought to the world.
How'd the weed compare from say the '70s to now?
That's a really good question. Right? And I want to tell you, I've had people come up to me and say, you're not smoking your granddaddy's weed anymore, right? Well, fuck, I'm your granddaddy. Okay, let me tell you this. I took in 1976, I took some cannabis to a medical school laboratory, and I paid a lab technician an ounce of weed for him to do a lab test and cannabinoid testing. And we were looking for, THCs and CBDs and CBNs because they'd just been identified. And that original Silver Haze tested out at like 22.1%.
Wow.
THC.
Still what's going today.
So, but that was about 3 times more potent than all the rest of the weed that was on the street at the time.
Right.
Right. Most of the stuff was testing out like below 10%. Most of the street weed at that time.
So most of it was your granddaddy's weed.
Most of it was.
But there was still some fire out
let's
there.
be honest. It's the same kind of as it is right now. If you've got the money to
Right.
pay for the best,
Right.
and you find where the best is, right? The best is and always has been, as far as I'm concerned, in the mid-20s.
Exactly.
Right? Low to mid-20s.
That's all. That's what I see.
And
I think
I
27
can,
is the highest I've ever seen.
Yeah, and to this day, I mean, I can find you an $800 pound that's going to test out around 12.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
12 or 13. It'll look a little larfy.
Which is the average. 12 is pretty much the average, right?
Well,
Right.
but as far as I'm concerned, that's low. That's the kind of stuff that should go into topicals.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you get into all the terpenes and things that they're talking about today?
Terpenes. Listen to you. Terpenes.
Terpenes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's educate people right. Terpenes, man.
I like terpenes.
I'm gonna bust your nuts on this. Terpenes.
Terpene's an animal, ain't it?
That's the flavor.
Terrapin is a turtle.
It's a turtle, yeah.
Okay. But we're talking about terpenes.
Yeah,
in
I
cannabis.
mean, as far as what you're smoking today, do you break it down and look for it by those things now, or do you just still smell and look at it and say this is awesome? Because now they have so many ways of finding what you like. I like this for this. I like this for this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm one of those guys that likes
Terpene
this
profile.
for this, and this for that. I think terpene profile is the natural magical harmony in cannabis. Right? I think the actual, and it's not just which terpenes are dominant, it's how much and what ratio and proportion to the other terpenes.
Right.
So if you adjust one single terpene, just because you throw some of the ratios off for the other things, you can end up with, well, hey, it's to the point now where we can absolutely deconstruct the cannabinoids. Right. So I mean, I got a laboratory, I got jars, right? I got a THC jar, 99.6. I got a CBD jar, 99.7. I mean, I've got individual terpenes, right? I can reformulate it back into a concentrate to any formula that I want.
That's amazing.
Right? But truth be told, I don't believe, and anybody that tells you different, I think, is either naive or arrogant. I don't believe that we'll ever be able to duplicate in a laboratory what nature provides us.
Nope.
Right?
I tried.
Yeah. So
can't do it.
Yeah. No matter, just the mere fact that we are deconstructing and reconstructing, even if we end up with something that's, biochemically equivalent, as far as I'm concerned, it's not biologically equivalent. Right? And that biological is something that comes from nature. It's something magical. It's something beyond us. And we would be arrogant today to claim that the maybe 10% of what we know about cannabis, I mean, as smart as I am, I'm just scratching the surface. I've got so many more questions than I have answers right now. Right? And I'm fertile with questions. Right? And I think everybody else out there in the world should be fertile with questions too. And we should get off the trip that, hey, I know what's going on here, and I know enough to have this kind of opinion. I'm telling you right now, I believe a smart man such as myself, I don't mean to be falsely humble, but a smart man knows what he knows, and he knows what he doesn't know. And he's willing to admit what he doesn't know without sacrificing his self-esteem.
I know nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said when we started the show today, I was like, dude, I walked into here, felt like I was a very educated stoner, and then I was like, I don't fucking know anything, dude. Like, I'm learning stuff every day, and I'm completely in awe and fascinated and infatuated by everything every day. So
especially me too.
What a great day and age we live in. I mean, I can remember when to get some weed, it was like you got whatever your buddy had down the street. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And now it's like there's so many options, and it's like you
had like 3 buddies.
Yeah.
And that one dude was always the last resort.
Right. And you would just be like, well, let me smell your shit. Let me smell your bag of weed.
Yeah, but Tito and Larry ain't calling back.
But very early on, I was the buddy that said, well, I got this and this and this and this.
Yeah,
right?
see, you were
options.
Yeah, right.
The first guy with a selection and a menu.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, and you asked earlier about what I smoke. I remember the day when my favorite weed was what I could get.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was, whatever it was, if it met that criteria, it was my favorite for this week. But I'm the kind of person right now. I really do believe that cannabis is magic. You know, my love for Mary Jane has brought me this far in my life, and what she does for me is she gets me up in the morning. I do wake and bakes, right? It's part of my morning ritual. You know, I admit I drink coffee. I sit out on the deck with a coffee and the New York Times and the San Francisco Chronicle, and I smoke a joint and I get online, and you know, that's how I begin my day.
It's a beautiful day,
right? And then right after I finish eating breakfast, which is usually, you know, within the first hour that I'm awake, after I eat breakfast, I do an edible. Right? I do an edible for the day. And I either do a tincture or I do an oil or I do something that's just going to give me my kind of baseline cannabinoid balance.
That's called a platform.
Yeah, right. My platform. I
think you and Booger are like.
I think you might be me in the future.
No, hey, you might be me in the future. I'm not going to be here long. Right?
Wow.
So, but you know, I have a pattern with, you know, sativas when I want to be active and energized and creative and expressive, and you know, but there are also times, you know, like everybody else, you know, I have days where I come in off the road. It's 4:00 in the morning. I just finished doing whatever I was doing, and I know I have to get up at 6:30, and I got 2.5 hours. What the fuck am I going to do? And I'm jazzed from the road. Right.
You need to wind down.
Yeah, I need to get into my heavy indica dab. I just need to bomb it out, right? And I'm just going to sit here and do a couple of these emails until I fall asleep. And next thing I know, my alarm's going off and I got the keyboard imprint on my cheek. Because I crashed out, boom. Like that. And you know, when I need it, and here's what's empowered to me, and I think everybody that's a consumer of cannabis should empower themselves. You need to do your own self-monitoring experiment. You need to figure out what works for you in what situations, and when you figure out what works for you, do it.
Do it,
man. So in this situation, it's better to self-diagnose because only you know your body.
Absolutely. And every one of us is different. Every one of us is different.
Yes.
Everybody's metabolism.
And that's something I try to explain to Booger every day, because Booger, he constantly wants to just fucking go smoke. And I'm like, dude, I know what my intake level should be.
He knows his body.
Yours is different.
I've never seen you say no.
Well, yeah, because it's hard to say no.
He says no all the time to me.
Yeah, I tell Booger no all the time.
Bro, burn it. But you never burn it.
But you know, it's like he can handle sativas and hybrids and stuff, and I'm strictly indica guy, because I don't like feeling my fucking heart beating out of my chest. I don't like that shit. But you're right. It's like everybody knows their body, and everybody's different. Right. And everyone knows what they like.
I'm a sativa guy during the day, like he said. When I have shit to do, I work a lot. So I have a checklist of 19 things that I have to do every day. So sativa and 2-3 hits that I stay on kind of all day. But where it used to be a joint or a whole blunt at a time, I would stay on a whole day. So almost like a comatose. But I've toned that down to make it more 2-3 hits, and I can function. It's still inspirational for me. I'm still optimistic about everything, and I can move around. But then at night, I crash out with a Fatties, rosin roll, or something where it's really some fuck shit with some wax, rosin, weed, keef, all in one joint, and I zombie out a little bit, and I enjoy that.
So I'm going to throw out a granddaddy value here, right? Okay. Because you know, I think we all agree that it's very idiomatic, like it's individual.
True.
What cannabis and what time and what's good for you. But I just want to say, and I hope not to be too big of a stick in the mud, but when I go to these events and I see people setting up to do, you know, 5 grand dab hits, right, 10 gram dab hits, and I watch videos of people that are doing, you know, this massive overdose intentional consumption. There's a part of me that I'm offended by that. I really am, because it's so much waste.
It's like abuse.
Yeah, it's like, you know, if you have 5 grams. And, you know, 1/4 gram hit is a big hit. Why not work that out so you got 20 hits, right? Why take that all at once? Because, you know, there may be time in the next day or two when you're looking around for that 1/4 gram, because that's all you need for a hit. And you're going to wonder, why the fuck did I do that 5 grams on Sunday? Because if I hadn't done that. So anyway, I just want to let people know the science of this is, you know, your CB1 and CB2 receptors that take up these cannabinoids, right? Once you flood them no more cannabinoids are effective.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, filling a cup with water at a faucet and never turning the faucet off because you're going to just let it continue to run. And everything that you can only fill the glass this full. And once you filled it that much, all the rest that you put in it is just wasted. Right?
So it's true when they say you can only get so high?
Yes.
Yes.
There is a limit.
I think there is a limit to, well, let's say, the first time I ever did a dab, it was like taking off with a rocket ship instead of riding up in an elevator.
There you go.
It was like boom.
That's
right?
a good way to describe it.
A short period of time, a real intense high, got there quick. The trajectory was so much more vertical in terms of that ride. So, definitely, you can get higher faster. Right? So that's something that good weed will do. But there is a limit to how high you can get, and the limit for me always ends up in sleep. Right? I'm overdosing myself to sleep. Right? And if I do it with sativa, I get more and more excited up until it's almost like speed. I crash. Right? I get so far. I push myself. My energy. I expend myself. I waste. I'm sliding in at the end with the wow, what a great ride. And it's like as soon as I relax, gone.
So what you're saying is it's like Brill cream. A little dab will do you.
Probably a littler dab will do you.
Yeah,
I heard that. Well, thank you
Yes.
for being on the show and for what you do and have always done for guys like us.
And thanks for
everybody
educating
else.
too.
Like,
Sure,
Yeah,
guys.
man.
I do it for you, but I got to be honest. I do it for Mary Jane.
Yes, sir. As do we.
And thank God Mary Jane does it for all of us.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
thank God we
she
can
does.
all love Mary Jane, and nobody has to be jealous.
Love you, Mary Jane.
Thank
Love
God,
you, Mary
and
Jane.
infant
Yes.
baby
Yeah,
Jesus.
and for anybody that's listening to this, I'm going to just throw out one of my other lines. You think for a minute about what cannabis has done for you in your life, and spend a little time counting your blessings and being grateful, and recognizing in some reverential way what cannabis has done for you, and then realize you need to do something for cannabis. You need to take some time, and you need to do something to advocate for cannabis, something that's not for you, something that you do for cannabis. And if that's helping to get it legalized, supporting a local candidate, giving away some product in a compassionate care way to other patients that need it, think about doing something for cannabis, and do that in some proportion to what cannabis has done for you.
I gave a bum a bag of free joints. The free joints you get at the store, it's always like shaky, and I never smoke it.
Yeah.
The one they give you when you make your purchase.
Floor swept.
It's kind of that, and I would put them in a bag, and this guy was always at the corner, and he would ask for change, and one day I pulled up on him, I was like, I got a bag of joints. He was like, hell yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. And he
Yeah.
stopped panhandling at that moment and walked off. Like, he was like,
He's like, I'm
damn
good.
dad. I felt
I'm
good
good.
about it. I
and
felt like I was helping.
It did something for you.
I did.
It did something. It changed
do.
changed your
Mhm.
sense of who you were in
True.
that moment after he accepted that product.
It does.
You're the one that got the real gift.
And you gave it to yourself. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it up.
I feel good.
So for more information about your
yeah,
cause,
are you on? I see your. Yeah, sorry about that, Boog.
No, you got a website or something?
Are you on social medias?
I'm Michael W. Grafton on Facebook. But if you don't know me and don't have 10 mutual friends, don't even bother trying to friend me. Okay? I just don't do that. Right? I'm not into just trying to grow people.
Just trying to talk.
Yeah.
pop.
So, but if you can look at my list of friends and you can find 10 or more that are the same, then hit me up.
Copy that. And how do you know Sammy and George as far as my business partners and the cannabis Canaccelerate founders?
Well, I was active for a while in the Sacramento branch of Normal, so Sac Normal, and I was on the board there for a while. Heidi was on the board there for a little while.
Our Heidi.
So this is over the last 2-3 years. George, as he mentioned when he introduced me, he and I were both writing initiatives for this year. And so we met at a lot of places where cannabis policy was being discussed, and tried to get a seat at the table to talk about our views. And I think George and I would both agree and acknowledge that. Well, truth be told, there probably isn't anybody in the world that I agree 100% with on cannabis policy. I mean, I'm just too fucking radical for some people, and I'm too uncompromising for other people, and I have too many right ideas and cause problems for other people. I'm the kind of guy that stands up and says, well, look, if you're not going to include interstate transportation, then you're only talking about legalizing 20% of the market in California anyway, because 80% of what we produce is going out of state. Right? So why the fuck are we messing around with this? Why don't we get into interstate transport, right? Why don't we just say we got an open door policy? We're going to send weed to any state that's got medical or adult use programs. And that's a state policy. Let's just do it. And that way we can get compliance from all the overproduction. I mean, Christ, we produce so much more than we can consume in the state of California. I don't know who's got their head farther in the sand, right? But truth be told, we're consuming probably less than 20% of what we're producing.
Exactly.
And I'm not talking just about flowers. I'm concentrates and edibles and just across the board. So who are we kidding here, right? If 80%, if they get 100% compliance with the people that are only producing and selling within the state of California, that's only going to create a legal umbrella for 20% of our industry. What about the other 80%?
Exactly.
Right? Where they're going to continue to be pirates and outlaws.
All my friends.
Yeah, right.
They're still going to be pirates and outlaws.
And here we are.
I'm getting them all to come into Canaccelerate, though, and become less pirates and outlaws.
Yeah, so George and Sam and Heidi Grossman here with Sugarleaf Productions and other people. One of the reasons I'm here is to support the fact that this is kind of an incubator of a resource center for cannabis. If you want to get compliant, and if you're smart out there, you do, right? Then this is a place where you can come and prepare to meet some people that have the same values and the same goals as you do, and have a little bit more knowledge and expertise than you do, and be prepared to throw down some green bucks so that you can be part of this green rush.
I love it.
Right?
There's not many gold rushes. I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
There's not many that go out where it's going to go to $0 to $1 trillion business in a few short years.
And the reason,
you better come on in.
And the reason they don't let me come in here and consult with people is because there's a lot of investors out. There's predators coming out in the industry, right? They're coming out in the industry, outside of the industry. There's predators all around us, man. So don't be fooled about that. Right. But the reason I don't get hired as a consultant with businesses that are in development, in spite of my successes developing and running successful businesses, is that, truth be told, 95% of them are going to fail. You're not going to be here in 2 years, man. I don't care what $300,000 you throw down. And I'm going to just tell you right now, the best thing for you to do is not get into this business. And, people don't want to pay for that kind of advice.
But that's also every business. That's restaurants. That's stores. That's everything.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, thank you, brother. We got plenty of guests floating in and out. But thank you very, 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 very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your being here.
I'm gonna go pee.
Come by and see us anytime.
You're gonna go pee?
I'm gonna go pee.
Okay. Well, I believe.
Is there some way I can get a link to this?
Yes, we'll.
YouTube.com/Budman and Booger.
I'll make sure you have it before we go.
Nuggets, how much time do you have, Nuggets? Because I know you have to go do some stuff today.
No, I got at least another half hour. Let's keep going.
Oh,
man.
I love it.
I can give this number out. Is that okay? No. Okay.
No.
Granddaddy Mike.
And you can't give out the email address.
And no,
right,
okay, cool.
No,
peace.
No, that's just for.
I like this picture on here. That's
all right.
great.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, man.
Granddaddy Mike.
Budman and Booger show continues here for the first official launch.
I got the munchies.
It's been quite a day here at Canaccelerate, the grand opening.
Jose up next.
Having a good time. Oh, the open door once again is being opened here on the Budman and Booger show. I think
I need a snack.
I don't know what just fucking happened.
This is nice. This is a nice intimate moment right here.
Wow,
where we get
we're
a second
all
to breathe.
alone. We're all by ourselves. You know what would be a good time to do right now?
What's that?
Do we have a moment? Are we bringing in someone else?
One more.
One more?
One more.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Come on down.
Oh, yeah, we got 2 seats here.
Come on, have a seat.
I'll take this one. I'll take it. You want to take it?
Yeah, he's going to take it.
Since I've done a radio show, man, how you guys doing?
Max, don't get fired again.
There's some headphones for you,
Hey,
buddy.
Max, I hope you heard our last guest when he said that you when you get too high, you just fucking waste it. All right? Don't get too high.
You wasted something?
All right.
I want an
Max.
edible. Is there any edibles?
I brought
What's going on, man?
It's perfect timing, man.
Yeah.
Not much.
Choke up to that mic. Get real close to that mic.
choke right up.
Use the mic like a phone.
First
Whisper
off,
to hear yourself with the headphones there.
like you're whispering sweet nothings.
There you go.
All right, first off, I want to welcome you guys to the Budman and Booger Show.
Thank you.
For those who are just tuning in, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, youtube.com/Budman and Booger. Make sure you hit the like button and leave some comments.
We almost got 1 million subscribers, huh?
Yeah. Going on up. Just set in a little bit.
Well, we're moving on up.
I think I got 1 subscriber last night. I handed out like 500 cards.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you got to get that grind, man.
That's
You gotta
right,
get that
that's
grind
right.
Every day.
Got to do it.
Okay, first off, who do we start with?
Yeah.
Hey, he's
He's
the
gonna
connect
be
that
the
hooked me
one.
up here,
Okay, well,
man. I got to give this guy credit first, for sure.
Okay, well, what's your name?
My name is Russell.
Russell, okay.
Russell. Yeah.
All right, we got Russell in the building.
And I'm Austin. I'm from Canapa Brands. We're a local edibles and extracts company here to
Awesome.
show you guys our concentrates and edibles today.
Yay!
Most def.
I love it. So these are concentrates, and are we going to start off with edibles?
Whatever you guys like most. What
Oh,
do you
cool.
like more?
But this would be a good time to go into Budman and Booger's Bakery.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do
okay.
we'll do the
got a
edibles
little
first.
graphic for
We
you
got
guys.
some Derby Bakery items
Wow.
for you. So, Funny Bakery. This
Look
is
at
our
that.
partner's actual edible line right here. It is our Daily Double Peanut Butter Cup.
Hold it up to the camera.
That's
like
okay.
that.
Well, first hold it. Send it over here real quick.
Oh,
The Derby
that.
Baker.
packaging.
Ooh, fancy.
So sleek and smooth.
Look at that.
King size peanut butter cups. There's 4 in a whole total
Peanut butter
package.
cups.
Peanut butter
Whoa,
cups.
let me show that
Yeah.
to Bud. That's Bud's favorite candy.
You can keep that. That is all
What?
yours right there.
Oh,
my
I
Merry
man.
Christmas.
Fucking love
Right.
Happy
you.
birthday.
I know, right?
Look
Christmas came
at
early,
that.
guys.
Derby Baker.
You should crack that open right now, dude.
Look
Don't be
at
scared of it.
that.
God.
Yes.
How many milligrams is it?
There is 4 cups, 60 milligrams per cup, so 240 milligrams total. We have these in all of our patient dispensary collectives. We're in 50 all over NorCal, and they hit like a charm, man. I honestly can't get enough of them. The cool thing about our edibles, it doesn't taste like cannabis at all whatsoever.
Really?
We use a clear oil infusion, tested about 90%, no terpene profile at all. So when you infuse it into the chocolate, you just get the full medication benefit with the great chocolate taste.
Wow.
That's wow.
Most definitely.
Incredible.
Which, now, how is this broken up into? Let's talk about dosage-wise. Like, because here's the thing, I'm a peanut butter cup guy.
Okay.
You give me a peanut butter cup, I'm gonna want to eat the whole fucking peanut
Well,
butter
how's
cup.
your tolerance, man? That's the first question.
I've been up in my uptake lately.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't want to fucking be passed out.
Oh yeah, most def. Are you like a flour guy? Are you
I'm a flour guy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
So maybe-
dab quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
It's only 240 milligrams. You could probably be good off of 1 peanut butter cup. That's only 60 milligrams. And honestly, you could probably
That's
split
good.
that in half.
Yeah. Peanut butter a
and
day is a
just
good,
like kind of
yeah.
halves it out and test your tolerance because that
Let's
isn't
split one.
That's a clear oil edible. It hits a little bit harder. It's a little bit faster.
Right.
But it's a much cleaner high at the same time.
Okay, because when you said 240 milligrams, I'm like, holy shit, that's
Yeah.
a lot, dude.
That's
but
total.
That's total. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
4 individual cups.
Wow,
I got
I'm really.
dibs on that.
I already did.
You already took it,
Everyone's
man.
coming
You
in for the
called it.
peanut butter cup.
Let me tell you something. You weren't in here this time, so I got to fucking put dibs on something.
That's
I got it before the boss got at it.
dibs on everything. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm about a 40 milligram guy myself. So
Yeah.
half a cup is 30 milligrams.
Yeah,
I think
and the trick is with those, you want to flip them on the backside because the chocolate is a lot thinner on the bottom and
Uh-huh.
it splits a little bit more easier that way.
Right,
So
okay.
It's a little trick there. Not
Wow,
that
this
hard,
is
though.
super exciting. It's fucking peanut butter
Let's
cups.
do a
I was
product
waiting for
review.
somebody to do this.
Let's get into some more
Let's
edibles.
open it and eat it. And see.
Budman, I think you have a little chub going on right there.
I do.
Milk
I
chocolate
do.
caramel bar.
They got a website?
So how
We
much
do.
these things retail for? In the store?
Our recommended donation price for our edible
It's your lucky
bars
day.
$25, and they're
It's your
very
lucky
solid
day.
in pricing
Peanut butter
for the
cups.
packaging as well as the quality of the product.
yeah.
It's a clear edible, clear oil edible, so it's a much cleaner high, hits stronger, hits
Right.
faster,
Yep.
but it's not gonna put you on your ass by any means. I can still be very productive on it. One piece of these guys right here, I'll kind of show you and pop it out. See, it's slide and pull.
Wow,
It
that's
breaks
fancy.
into 5 easy perforated chocolate pieces. I eat one of these, like that's got me a solid good buzz high for about 2-3 hours. And that's what this guy looks like.
That is fantastic.
That's our
Look at
dark
that.
almond
That's
chocolate
something
sea
you'd
salt
see
bar
at,
right there.
It's like
Whole Foods
C's
or
chocolate.
Nugget.
Or,
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's
this is gourmet
classy.
status. We're called Canapa. That's the Italian word for cannabis. So we kind of took like a more of a artisan style for our edibles. It's super high quality. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't even much of an edibles guy up until I started working for this company. I'm a flower guy. I like concentrates, and then edibles were never really my thing because they usually taste like shit. So
Right,
when
because it
I-
has that weed flavor to it. I like to
Exactly.
smoke my weed. I don't necessarily like to eat it, but
some people prefer it, but I'm not a fan. So when I found these guys, I was like a match made in heaven, honestly.
I think that's brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
why not make medicated edibles not taste like shit?
I know,
Exactly.
right?
It's for our patients,
Definitely. And
Yeah.
the most cool thing about our edibles too, I mean, as far as accuracy wise and dosage, we triple test everything.
Right,
So
for
we get it
consistency.
exactly. We get it as a flower. We test it as a flower, then we test it as a concentrate when we get all the THC isolated, and then we test it again when we infuse it into our edibles. So our milligram dosaging is spot on, and honestly, our 250 milligram bar will kick a Korova 1,000 milligram cookie's ass any day of the week. Like
That's the strongest on the market.
The taste is amazing. The chocolate is so much more better in taste. It's a much cleaner high, and we've actually kind of kicked them out of dispensaries already a little bit here and there. So shout out to my boss Mandy Tingler for making that happen. I got to give her credit on that one.
And
so.
I just got to say one thing. I just noticed here on the packaging, it says right here, if you look right at the top, I don't know if you can see that. It says, it's your lucky day.
Uh-huh.
You're fucking right, it
it's
is.
your lucky day.
Yep.
And it's gluten
I got
free.
some
got a
medicated
clover on it.
Yep.
peanut butter
Low
cups.
glycemic.
And that's the first
Low
thing that we
sugar.
got.
Calories. I could even eat it with my fat ass.
Not
beautiful.
even.
I love
Thank
it.
you. We
Can I
love
try
it.
one of your chocolates?
Please do. I got a bunch of samples actually. There's a
Ooh, I want a
whole big
sample.
bag, guys.
I like sample.
Do you like which
sample,
bar do you want
sample.
more? Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Sample.
Sample.
All of it. I want everything. Try both. Yeah. There's a milk chocolate caramel.
Thank you, sir.
There's his
Trick or treat.
dark chocolate.
Wow.
Both 50 milligram pieces.
only September,
You will
guys.
definitely
It's only
feel
September.
that,
Ooh, that's my
for
range
sure.
right there.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
adult
a
Halloween right now. This is
Right.
fucking
Early,
great.
early Halloween right now.
I love
You're
this.
big you're in a lot of stores in California.
We're a brand new company. We've only been in business for about a little over a year and a half, but our products have only been on shelves for about 6 months. We're in over.
Well, I
50
see great things coming for you
Yeah,
guys.
We're already over in 50 dispensaries all over NorCal. We go as far down to Santa Cruz, all the way up to Jackson, and I think the farthest now Tahoe. I just opened up a new account with them. Sweet. So yeah, we're all over the valley. We're in the Bay Area. We're in Central Valley, Stockton, Modesto, you name it. We're trying to get to LA, and we're pushing real hard to get everywhere that we can, man.
I see that Linker thing where you're
Yeah.
supposed to be in LA, right?
Yeah, born in LA.
What do you do with them?
That's his ripcord.
So I'm part of a delivery collective. I own Guy Express. We deliver all the way from Rockland all the way to Arden. We have 2 pins at the moment, and then so we've been around for about a year and a half. We about have 500 patients, over 500 patients, and then we try to get the best quality meds out there to exactly to edibles and everything, and then so I just wanted to bring him along, get him on the talk show host, and then just bring him on, you know.
It's cool. Like this business is about connects, man. Russell and I go back to high school, so it's just funny that my buddy James and I, who went to high school with us too, he's our extract artist now. We were just talking about it, like, man, we need to hit up Russell. We know he owns a delivery service, and you know what? This business is all about meeting the right people. And honestly, I didn't even expect this. You know what I was doing before this? I was taking a fucking nap. So he was like, "Hey, man,
I was
here,
like,
I'm
it's
gonna
game
put you
time,
right in the
man." I
spot."
was like,
I'm
this
like,
morning.
"Shit, no, it's a good thing I drank a Nos before I came over, because otherwise I would have been like, what's up, guys?"
Well, you know, that's the great thing. You know, today is the grand opening of Canaccelerate, and I got to say, the most valuable thing in life that you can't put a price on is relationships.
Most definitely.
You know,
Exactly.
and so that's what's great about Canaccelerate, because it's really they're bringing people together, and I'm just happy to be a part of it, and I'm really fucking happy now because I got some medicated peanut butter cups, motherfuckers.
Dream come true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got some.
So you guys are on Weed Maps. You're on Weed Maps, right?
Yes.
How do we find you now? You just search your name, Gaia.
Yeah, just Gaia Express, GAIA Express, and then we have a full-on menu from hybrids, sativas, indicas. We probably have about like 15 strains on the menu.
You guys got sour?
So we gotta have sour, man.
OG?
Yeah, gotta have OG,
Cookie?
man. Got to have the cookie.
Glue?
Glue's on the menu.
All
I told
right.
you 15 strains on the menu.
We just got to
man.
give the number out right now.
You know,
Can you give the number out now?
The number
Is that
out
right?
right now?
Yeah. Is that all right?
Yeah, we can actually give up the number right now. Let me put it out on Weed Maps right now.
Look it up.
What's the company phone
Well, this
number?
has been so exciting. You know, I'm so excited right now, Nuggets. I think this would be a good time to throw up the Budman and Booger Bakery. You gotta love that, Budman and Booger's Bakery. So excited today that we had to have some of this medicated treats. I cannot fucking wait to eat one of these.
What's all that? Oh, you
got all
got
those
peanut butter.
sourdough.
You got crumbo.
Yeah, we got plenty of crumble to go around too, as well as some other edibles I have yet to even show you guys.
Wow, what is
you
that?
got more treats.
Dude,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
we
ready
got
to
a-
learn.
We got a full line. Shoot, I got a product menu for you guys to keep. Actually,
Yeah.
that way you can remember us that much even more. So
We're gonna be great friends.
here we go. Hold
Hey,
on.
Budman.
Yeah,
I think I have a boner right now.
I know. I've been concealing mine all this time.
Artesian. This is
So I-
so cool, dude.
Do you guys have any
Fancy.
like CBD edibles?
We are working on CBD. We've been getting a lot of requests from our patients about that, and that is currently in the works. My buddy James and Russell's friend as well, they're working on our vape line as we speak. So
yes.
they're messing with some flavors right now. We're going to have a CBD strain with our vape line, and then we also want to bring in some specific CBD edibles as well. We're not sure what we want to use as those options for our edibles yet, but as of right now, I know we're going to be also coming out with a mint chocolate chip cookie and a toffee cookie as well too.
No, mint chocolate chip cookie.
And then this is the actual current cookie that we have right now, a Lucky Lemon Cookie. This is Derby Bakery's other products that we distribute at the moment. It won gold at the Sonoma County State Fair for the recipe. 2015, uninfused actually. So we just infused our clear oil into it and gave it superpowers pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. You're
What's
speaking my language.
What's the story behind this company, Derby
So
Bakery?
Derby Bakery, funny story. The name actually has a great backstory to it. Two ladies who are very well capable of making amazing edible delicacies that are uninfused. They started out in the treat and bakery business. They went to the Kentucky Derby and got some winnings and formed this company. So that is the cool backstory behind it. I forget the horse's name that they won the ticket on, but yeah, that's how this company started, off of a lucky winning ticket. And now they're all over California pretty much.
And that's why it says it's your lucky day.
Pretty much.
I fucking love this. Now
Yeah.
listen, I want you to listen to this, Nuggets, because you can't see it from over here, but contains one Lucky Lemon cookie with white chocolate chips and macadamia nuts. I mean, this is fucking art right here.
That's just a sample size right there.
to
That's
claim
40
dibs on that
milligrams. Our full size portion is 160.
This is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
I
and
got
it's,
dibs on that
it's
one.
only a $10 patient donation price, so that's a steal of a deal for the milligrams. Honestly.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah,
That is
$10.
beautiful. And the packaging looks great too,
Right.
by the way.
I just want it to be known. I'm cutting off your show because I'm a thug. But my fatties rep
Oh, it's the fatties.
said I have dibs on those.
Oh man, he wants to compete and take those peanut butter
People.
cups.
He said, Jamie Jones, one word, you're in charge of the fatties joints. Make
Yeah.
sure they get in the hands of the right people.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the
So
last
when I
time we had
grabbed that
Fatty's
box,
joints, we ended the show. We had a box of Fatty's joints, and when I left 2 minutes later, I had no Fatty's joints. I'm like, what the fuck happened to all the
That's
Fatties?
true. I think that's a Tony thing. And we'll have
Well, you got the peanut butter cups, man.
we'll have to have an HR
We were
meeting
so
about
sad
You see,
for like
I
2
want
or
you
3
to
days.
take a look at this table here. See all this cool shit
Take
that
a
we get
picture.
from doing the show,
Amazing
and then by the end of the show, it's fucking all gone, and I get nothing. Fucking
we were
nothing.
sad
But
for a couple
I'm
days,
guarding
huh?
this shit with my life.
Yeah,
I will
would definitely
beat
hold
someone
on
to
to
death if
those.
they try to take this from me. I'm so excited about peanut butter cups. You
Hey,
don't even know.
If they happen to mysteriously disappear, you have my business card. I'll get you another one.
Thank
Don't even
you,
worry
bro.
about it.
Well, no one's taking this.
It looks like everybody's.
I
like,
rubbed. I
definitely
just want
taking
everyone to
this.
know that's watching. I rubbed my dick all over this, all over it.
You're not getting it back.
Yeah.
Nobody
Do you want to hold
will.
this, bugger?
There's little butt flakes on it already.
Yeah. Those are my butt flakes.
So were we able to find the number to your delivery service?
Yeah. So the
right.
number is, let me go ahead and get it, 916-591-4281. And then we're open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Sweet.
Awesome. And you got a website or Instagram?
Yeah,
or?
Guy Express 420. If you like to email us, guyexpress420@gmail.com.
I love that.
Nice. And you got some contact info too you want to give
We
out
do,
there?
most definitely. I mean, we don't have we have a website you guys can go to. It's www.canapabrands.ca. It's not .com, but definitely go follow us. Let me see if I can get my business card up real quick. That is the website right there. Hit us up. They have all of our edibles on display on the website, as well as all of our contact information and stuff like that. We have an event calendar we have posted on the website where I do demo events all the time. Wherever I go, all of our patients come. You bring it, they follow. And we hand out a bunch of freebies, dab samples. We have buy one, get one free deals all day long for all of our patients who come and support us. So we're trying to get the word out. It's doing a pretty good job so far. And then a phone number you could definitely call me at if you want to get a hold of Canapa. It is 916. Oh, you can't even see it.
It'll focus.
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 Gotta wait
291-5003. Wait for it. 291-5003. Take that number down, guys. That is our office number as well, above 877-420-HEAL. Definitely drop us a line. We love to give tours of our facility for our patients. So if you ever want to come check our stuff out, see the process, we're more than happy to
No secrets.
I know, right? We're all in the open. We've actually had the chief of police come into our facility and tell us what a great job we've done. So
That's awesome.
It's awesome
That's
to have
cool.
that security and know that we're all in line and compliance with everything. So we're going to be around for quite some time. That's for
Sweet.
sure.
I love it,
And
man.
you're the guy that'll bring his product to the front doorstep.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
What a
Texting
great,
in that bitch
what a
right
great
there.
day and age
It's
we
like,
live in.
I remember when pizza delivery used to be cool. This is way cooler.
Fuck
I used to be
pizza.
a pizza delivery guy. I used to work for pizza for 5 years.
What about medicated pizza?
Oh, that's the future.
That's the future.
Something that we're gonna look into at Canapa.
I've seen some stuff. I've seen some medicated pizza options already. I've never tried it personally myself, but
I've
I'm
seen
just
some
like
too.
Frozen.
Yeah, they're
But-
frozen. You have to
or
order a day
take and
before.
bake.
Yeah, take and bake. Exactly.
But not hot.
If
Yeah,
anybody
exactly.
has,
that's gonna be tricky.
if anybody has a frozen
ready.
pizza brand that they would like taste tested live on the Budman and Booger show, please call the Budman and Booger show.
Yeah, but it's got to be cooked though. We don't want to eat it frozen, man.
We don't got no oven here.
Yeah,
No microwave.
We're not allowed to play with any fire
I
here,
will make an
unless we're
oven if
smoking it.
someone brings one.
We can smoke fire. We just can't play with the shit. Man, awesome.
Thank you so much
Most
for
definitely.
hanging out
Thanks
with
for
us.
Thank you
having
for
us.
coming
And you
on,
guys
having me
gotta-
on. I didn't even
guys,
expect
you know.
it.
You
I'm
definitely
so sorry.
gotta come check us out again. Hang
Most
out with us again
definitely,
sometime and subscribe. to the
Definitely,
YouTube.
I will
Yeah.
follow you guys. I didn't even know that this was even happening. So you know what? I'm not living under a rock anymore. Thank goodness.
Well, yeah, and you know what? You're welcome to come back anytime, man,
Yeah,
because anybody who brings me medicated peanut butter cups is fucking all right in my book.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I got to come back on because I still got a whole bunch of crumble to talk about. That's
yeah, bring it by, man. Bring
Yeah.
it by.
You
We
can hear
are
it. Part
down.
two, part two.
I know, right? We
We're-
actually just got in a whole new batch this week, so I'll bring some fresh stuff for you guys.
We're down. You guys want to hang out while we do a chronic call real quick?
Sure.
Do you want to try and do a chronic call?
What's your chronic?
Chronic.
I'm trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
or I'm sorry, the first call. We haven't taken a phone call yet today on today's show.
First
Okay.
caller
Yeah, the
baller.
first caller baller.
Nice.
Okay, let's do first
Yeah.
caller baller.
Let's do a phone call.
First caller baller, gotta try to get through and get on the air.
The number.
And rep your whole crew. It's the first caller baller, y'all. It's the first caller baller, y'all. First caller baller. First caller baller. It's the first caller baller, y'all. It's the first caller baller, y'all.
And that is the phone number right there, 916-282-9523.
We got graphics.
916-282-9523. 9523. You can call into the Budman and Booger show and say what's up. 916-952. Fuck, I forgot the rest of it now. It's not on the screen anymore. But yeah, I hope you remember, man.
It's 916
282-9523, right?
There you go. 282-9523.
Yeah! I'm always afraid to give out the wrong fucking numbers because God knows that poor old lady's going to get these phone calls. Like,
hey, man.
Hey, man, what's up?
What's
She's like,
up?
oh, what are you calling about? It's Booger's grandma. I said, Grandma, you got some weed? It's good for arthritis, too.
Hey, we got a phone call.
All right, let's see who we got here. Who do we got for the first caller baller today?
Hello.
It's Chronic, yo.
Holy shit, it is a Chronic call.
It's a Chronic.
Look at that.
All right. Round of applause.
Chronic.
It's lit. Chronic call.
Now, this is my buddy Chronic from Reno. He also does a podcast called The Chronosaur.
Nice.
Can I also mention that you also do a radio show?
You can mention it, but let's not just name names.
No. He also does a radio show, but he got his start interning with me and Booger back in the day in Reno.
Awesome.
Best days of my life, yo.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm excited that you called in for the first caller today. What's going on?
I'm proud to be a part of the first Callaballa.
Yeah, Chronic is very well versed in the beautiful Mary Jane. He knows a lot more like weed science shit than me. But he was.
I try to stay educated, yeah.
But he was schooling me even when he was interning. Like he was just fuck, dude. He was like, holy shit, man.
Dripping knowledge.
Yeah. So what's the latest and greatest out there in Reno? You guys, I know the dispensaries are popping up and stuff down there.
Dude, we just had 2 new dispensaries open up here in Reno. The first dispensary in our state capital in Carson City just opened up as well. So looking forward to doing some product reviews and checking out some of the selection they have there. And then we're still in the process of getting our first episode together. Unfortunately, everybody, it seems like in Reno, has been sick with like some kind of nasal congestion for the last 2 weeks. So that kind of put a hinder on filming. But now we're just enjoying some beautiful weather, getting ready for street vibrations, and just loving the fact that the medical cannabis industry is growing beautifully, and that we've got an initiative on November's ballot to help legalize and regulate, in a form similar to alcohol.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Wow, so you said there's dispensaries in Carson City?
There is now. The first one just opened up Thursday, I believe.
Wow, that's got to be like the best place to live in the whole world.
Wow. Hey, can I ask a serious? This is a serious question. Is it owned by Dennis Hoff? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, wow.
I honestly don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I do know that the former president of the University of Nevada, Reno, the Wolfpack here in town, was actually the first person to open up a dispensary here in Northern Nevada, the Sierra Wellness Connection, Joe Crowley. And the reason he supports it is because he saw the benefits of his brother who was dealing with chemotherapy and I believe a bone marrow transplant, and the relief that, he saw his brother go through, caused him to retract his partnership with the university so that he could go through with the state process of getting involved with what's still kind of a controversial industry.
Wow. Well, I got to tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if Dennis Hoff ends up here. Dennis, and if you're listening out there, he's a good friend of me and Boogers. If you're listening out there, and if you're not doing a dispensary yet, I'm going to give you this idea for free. You could just open one and call it like
should I text him after I get off the phone?
Yeah, like Bunny Buds or something. There you go. Bunny Buds, man.
So okay, so there's legal brothels there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Could there be like maybe something like a medical brothel? Maybe.
Man.
Dressed up in nurse uniforms?
Dabs and ass?
A state compliant business, which means he's not subject to federal law. So I think technically, so long as you're within state law, he allows it on his business. Now, don't quote me on that. Now, under legalization, there are some I was just reading through the full ballot measure yesterday and only got about halfway through it before my eyes started crossing from all the legal jargon. But it seems like the regulation is going to be super duper strict. Like you're only going to be able to get an ounce of flour and an eighth of concentrates under this legalization measure. And then it's going to put a 15% excise tax on everything sold, including paraphernalia, for use in a legalized manner. It does present an umbrella for the medical industry, so that there's not going to be that tax increase on people that still have their medical license. So at least it's creating some protections for medical patients that are on controlled budgets and things like that we're definitely worried about this tax increase.
And Chronic, I'm assuming you're watching right now. Did you see these peanut butter cups they hooked me up with, bro?
Yeah, bro. It's super jelly right now. I mean, just the fact that they're going all the way down to clear concentrates before they're infusing them, it's got my mouth watering.
Right, bro. I'm so excited about that. I'm sticking this right here in my weed utility belt, bro.
Oh, damn, I didn't even notice. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, this is my weed utility belt.
Nice.
You got enough room in there, man?
I'm running out of fucking room in there.
You need your own pocket.
It's more than
just for
Batman's,
those.
man.
Yeah, I need a better utility belt, I think is what I need.
Oh, by the way, when you guys were talking about pizza, now my boy that is going to be doing the little cooking segment on our show has a creme brulee that he makes. It's absolutely phenomenal. And he also makes a wing sauce, like hot wing sauce.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Hot wing
sauce?
I got the munchies
So
now.
I could get down with that. But I mean, he makes them super hot because the way he medicates them, if you eat more than like 5 or 6 wings, you might not, come out of that food coma.
I'm okay with that.
Well,
stop.
We should do a Chronic call.
Oh yeah, Chronic. Okay, so what do you represent? Where are you from and where you at?
The connoisseur.
The connoisseur.
The connoisseur.
Hey, Chronic, thank you so much, man. Make sure you guys check out the Connoisseur, like and subscribe to that, and tell Dabs I said what it do.
And tell Dennis Hoff to come visit us here at the studio.
And you too, fucker.
Dude, I'm super excited to come enjoy your open door policy. That was how we met, man. That was one of the most pivotal moments of my life, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
It brings people together.
Yeah, people. You're one of our people, bro.
Yeah.
You're one of our people. And so we likewise, we can't wait to come out there and come sit on your couch and do your show too. So
it's going to be a blast, dude. It's all about networking, baby.
That's right.
One love.
Strip club.
That's right, bro. You family, man. All right, give it up for the Connoisseur, Chronic right there. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later. So yeah. All right. Well, I think we've had a successful first show today.
Are we done? I got the munchies.
Yeah. We're getting another call. Okay, we got time. Okay, we got time for one more call.
One more call.
How can you say no to that, Nuggets? Hello. You're on the Budman and Booger
Hello.
Show. Hello.
Rock the cradle of love, eyes without a face, dancing with myself, white wedding, and rebel yell. No money was never on the charts.
What the fuck? Who's this?
It's Casey Kasem calling from the grave.
Oh, Casey. I'm Casey Kasem.
He's alive.
Yes.
Where are those photos I was supposed to see?
Looking good, feeling good. Good show, boy.
Thank you. Thank you. This has been a long-distance dedication.
You know who this is, don't you?
Huh?
What the fuck are you guys doing carrying a couch up the stairs at 12:30 in the fucking...
Oh, it's Captain Paul! It's the captain. Direct from the tropical island of Hawaii.
Aloha.
Hey, how's it, brother?
Aloha.
Now,
Just out here enjoying a little Pakalolo today.
That's right. Now you calling in to do the recap for us. What we've learned today. What did you learn today?
I learned a hell of a lot of stuff from a hell of a lot of people, and I know that I know absolutely nothing about marijuana as it exists today.
That's what we know.
I know a hell of a lot more than I did before I tuned in, though.
Well, yeah, of course. We want to educate.
Alleviate and meditate
and congratulate
and
elevate,
hibernate,
and hopefully not constipate. Watch out, induce those peanut butter cups one at a time.
There you go. But hopefully it will lead to someone that will fornicate. So there's always hope.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Let me put you out with my wife for a minute. You can put that concept in her head.
There you go. Okay.
Drop some hints.
Ho! Captain Paul. You know what? How cool is this that we get a call from Captain, we get a call from Chronic, all of our favorite people calling into the show today. Blast from the past, the Budman and Booger Show history. We want to thank you guys for being a part of it. Captain, would you like to leave us off with some words of wisdom?
You want me to kick you some knowledge?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what you're looking for?
Yeah, kick us some knowledge.
Okay, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
This is real, man, by the way. This isn't some kind of made-up whimsical jargon that I'm coming up with.
Okay, this is real. You can live by this. Okay, it works in relationships. It works if you're doing an event. It works if you're doing a show. It works if you're getting high. It works for everything, okay? Just remember this. I think Einstein said this. The least amount of moving parts. Just remember that.
Okay, the least amount of moving parts. The least amount of parts.
Unless it's some kind of ejaculation machine, then I might be wrong. But other than that, I'm pretty sure I'm rock steady on that one.
All right, well, there you go. I believe he was lying when he said he knew nothing about marijuana before he called into the show. I'm just going to say to put that out there.
Gotta clarify.
And Leonard, man, you guys good direction. Everything's cool, man.
Thank
you. When I come over, you're going to come in and visit, man. You can't lock that door on me.
No, man, that door is definitely open to the captain. Definitely open to the captain. We love you, bro.
Hey, man. Love you, miss you, and
Aloha.
I'll see you.
Out to the
I'll
island.
see you every day, whether people in my household want to or not.
All right, aloha, Captain Paul.
All right,
Captain
then,
Paul,
brother.
everybody. Hey. Captain Paul, we love that guy. He was our neighbor, lived underneath us when we moved into our house in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
And the whole neighborhood was like, it just welcome to the neighborhood. Hope you guys enjoy living here. Just don't fucking piss off Captain Paul. And we were like, okay. And like the first thing we did without even trying to do it is we fucking pissed him off. We moved in a couch at like
After midnight.
And he
still breathes it into this.
And there he was at the bottom of the stairs outside. Now I want you to think of every Mel Gibson movie you've ever seen. And think of angry Mel Gibson. Like, remember The Patriot when they killed his son and he just fucking has that look on his face like...
Or the phone calls.
Remember that? Yeah. And he was just like, not a good way to start things off, boys. But you know what? He got to know us and he was like, you know what? I can't be mad at you guys. You two are fucking idiots.
Completely understandable.
Yeah. And he took pity on us and he brought us around the island and helped take care of us and nurture us and we got him into radio as well and he still does it to this day. So
a little bit of give and take.
Yeah,
All
he's
all
a,
around.
He's a great guy.
That's awesome.
And he can roll a doobie too. Pretty good doobie. So yeah. Hey guys, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for hooking me up with some peanut butter cups. I'm
All day,
super
every
juiced
day.
about that. And I believe this has been a successful first episode of Budman and Booger. What do you guys think?
Most definitely, man.
Definitely.
We capped it off on the right day to come by, man. I'm stoked to come through. This is the right day, right opportunity.
Hell yeah, thanks, man, and be sure to tell your friends about us.
Definitely.
Maybe give us a shout out for those who are watching or listening at home.
How can we find you actually on Instagram?
YouTube.com/Budman and Booger.
Okay.
YouTube.com/Budman and Booger.
Yeah, we're on all the other sites too. We just gotta log in one of these
But
days.
subscribe on YouTube
Different
first.
passwords for every single one of them.
Yeah. but again, more importantly than anything, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you comment below and keep watching those videos. And we're going to be on here each and every day, except for tomorrow because we get the fucking day off.
Hey.
But we're having fun and we're learning.
Because I'm going to be eating these fuckers all
You're gonna
day.
be in a coma tomorrow.
There you go.
To the moon, Alice.
Oh, what's up, Jamie Jones? We got
Jamie Jones.
That's it. I got dibs up now.